Hello, my little ninjas. My name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. And welcome to your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. Or whatever. So this evening, it's back to politics. A little bit, anyways. I despise all these motherfuckers. President, Supreme Court, fucking Congress, DEA, CIA, FBI, DHS, NSA, and so many others that we probably don't even know about. I just despise them. And I despise all their fucking links to all the fucking companies, corporations that fucking screw over the American people and the rest of the world again and again and again. Ooh, I watched a movie last night. Did I tell you I watched a movie last night? It was very strange. It was a movie like I'd never seen before. It was a monster movie about giant, like Godzilla-like monsters. Really strange. I'll tell you about it later. Maybe, if you're good. Where were we? Right. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Barack Obama. And fuck George W. Bush. All of them straight to prison for the rest of their lives. That's where they belong. And it's so simple to understand why. In order to make the world a safer place for all of us, especially children. You know, we hear these people on our side, right? These people who represent us, and they're talking about, oh my God, Putin is intentionally bombing civilian areas, right? Which I doubt. I mean, it's entirely possible, but for something, within me, every time I hear something from the mainstream media, I doubt it. At the very least, I doubt it. On top of that, they say the first casualty of war is the truth. So I have real issues with every bit of information that we're receiving out of Ukraine about what's happening. Lots of issues. That being said, they're like outraged that Putin is bombing civilian areas, right? Which, again, the shock and awe campaign in Iraq in 2003, in which they bombed Baghdad relentlessly, apartment building after apartment building after apartment building, in the middle of the night. Bombs drop. The whole idea was to shock the world, to shock into submission. Again, all based on lies fabricated in the White House, in the Pentagon, working together to soil the good name of America after they had already allowed the worst terrorist attack in the history of America to happen on U.S. soil. They allowed it to happen. They allowed it. Supposedly, two of the hijackers were in an FBI safe house up until 2 weeks before September 11th. Coincidence? This is the government that we have, and no one wants to ask questions. George W. Bush murdered 1 million innocent Iraqis in your name with your tax dollars. And Donald Trump, we can't stop talking about Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is what matters. George W. Bush murdered 1 million innocent Iraqis. And God knows how many other, people around the world, children around the world, along with Barack Obama, who was the third and fourth term of George W. Bush. All of you people who think he's some kind of fucking hero. Worst president in history, third and fourth term. Good plan, Obama. And then Trump, oh my God, Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a giant sack of shit. I can't say that enough. Okay? He didn't take us into a war based on lies that cost the United States, what, $4 trillion or way more, quite possibly. Murdering 1 million innocent people in your name with your tax dollars, all based on lies. Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a huge piece of shit. Donald Trump is not the business we need to take care of. The business we need to take care of is making the United States reputation right in the world. And by fucking with Donald Trump, it's not going to happen. Not even a little teeny tiny bit. Put George W. Bush into prison. Put Dick Cheney into prison. Put Liz Cheney into prison. Liz Cheney, who votes for war, and then profits off it. Okay? Put every single sitting member of Congress who votes for war, and then makes profit off of it, put them in prison forever for the rest of their lives right now to make the world a safer place for little children. And what president doesn't that include? You tell me putting what president into prison for the rest of their lives wouldn't make the world a safer place for little children. Just like vampires feeding on virgins. That's who our fucking government is. They murder the innocent so they can make a profit. And it's all based on lies. And it's done endlessly in your name with your tax dollars. And Donald Trump, January 6th. That makes so much fucking sense, doesn't it? I hate them all. Don't get me wrong. Donald Trump is a horrible piece of shit who needs to go to prison forever in order to make the world a safer place for little children. Okay? He's involved in all that crap. He couldn't give Israel and the military-industrial complex enough money. They murder little children. Israel murders little children. Guaranteed. You can count on it. And it's usually done with U.S. weapons. Every single sitting president murders little children. Just like vampires feeding on virgins. That's our government. Every fucking sitting member of Congress murders little children by voting to go and murder little children. By voting to give Ukraine $100 billion that we can't spare 1 cent of. Fuck Ukraine. Okay? And I guarantee you right now, there'd probably be less. I know for a fact there'd be less dead people. There'd be less mayhem. The war would be over. Can let the Ukraine fall? Number one, I don't give a fuck about Ukraine. But number two, what's really important is that Russia doesn't want Ukraine. Okay? Ukraine's kind of a shithole. Russia's trying to protect this one part of southern Ukraine, protect them, which they've said again and again, wants them to be an independent state. 100,000 times they said that. Protecting them from fucking cunts being fucking funded by your fucking tax dollars, murdering fucking children. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck every goddamn sitting member of Congress straight to fucking hell. I'm sorry, straight to prison for the rest of their fucking lives. Okay? In order to make the world a safer place for little children. I can't say this enough, people. And I'm just going to keep repeating myself unless someone calls and tells me, oh my God, you're so right, Mike, we love you, God. Just go on and on talking about how evil our fucking government is evil. Okay? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to have an evil government. I want to have a good government that does good things around the world. That's what the United States should be. That's what we like to portray ourselves as. The shiny beacon in the world of freedom. I'm so tired of these fucking pieces of shit that are trying to make the world a safe place. The fucking world is not a safe place. It's not ever going to be a fucking safe place. Okay? You can make it a better place, but you can't make it safe. And all these fucking cunts who are trying to tell you, oh, we gotta make the world a safe place, every goddamn one of them is profiting off of it. You can count on it. They don't give a fuck about the world being a safer place, not for one goddamn second. And you fucking will know it. Oh, this side is the good side and that side is the bad side. How fucking crazy are you? We should have a bong hit, don't you think? I really need a nap. Can you tell I need a nap? I'm so tired. Just have no energy whatsoever. Was that too loud? Did I get too loud? I didn't mean to get too loud. Fucking microphone. First it's just right, and then it's like, oh, you're talking too soft, and then it's too loud. Fucking microphone. Fucking! See, no matter what I do, the second I raise my voice... But I don't have to raise my voice now, do I? Do I have to raise my voice? I don't know. Bong hits for the world. You know, when my cock is president, I vow to put a bong in every home and a hit in every bong. You can count on it. Speaking of which, how's that go? A chicken in every pot. No, a pot in every home and a chicken in every pot. No. A bong in every home and a hit in every bong. Pretty good, right? I was saying that in my Cunt for Mayor campaign back in 1997. When my cunt is elected, I vow to put a bong in every home and a hit in every bong. If I do say so myself. Speaking of which, I am so ready. And gas prices. Did I mention gas prices and what my cock would do to gas prices? Because my cock could fix the whole gas prices issue overnight. Okay? My cock was president. This would not be an issue. Gasoline would be 99 cents a gallon. And you can believe it because I don't fucking bullshit. Okay? All these people, oh, Joe Biden is going to get us a tax relief time for 90 days. You don't have to pay any gas taxes, which adds up to 18 cents a gallon, which is what? A 1% discount? It's not even like a 1% discount. Okay? So, fuck, what the hell oh, Joe Biden's coming to our rescue. These people just don't give a fuck. They're not going to, which is why we should put them in prison. We don't have any reason to care about them. They're horrible pieces of shit. Horrible pieces of shit. We not just put them in prison, but seize every single asset that they own. Every single asset that their families own. Making their families live destitute and in shame because they have such horrible humans who have fucking given them these evil fucking benefits of causing death around the world. You know, Liz Cheney could not be a more evil person. I don't know if there's a more evil person on this entire earth than Liz Cheney. I don't know. I really don't. I think she's as evil gets with her little pink suits. And you can bet if you met the devil would be dressed either in pink or white or rainbows. Although it's time for a big fat bong hit. Right? People. It's not just me. I don't really care about me. I have, little time left here on this planet. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm really not part of society anyways. I'm this outlier who just kind of skims the surface. So the truth being, I have no legacy. I mean, other than the work I've done, the people that I've touched, I have no legacy. I'm not concerned about a whole lot when I leave the planet. I love the planet. I love all the creatures on the planet. I even kind of like the humans. They're just kind of unique. As I said, the thing that's kind of unique about humans is that they make everything into art. Everything with them is art. Clothing, cars, fucking food, everything. Everything is art with them. Well, not everything is art, but they can make everything into art. And I think that's where a lot of the inspiration comes from. And I love the planet. I really love to see the planet be just green and lush. And that's another thing that I think we could solve almost overnight. The problem is they don't want that. They don't want you to have a good planet to live on. They don't want you to have drinking water. They want to be in control of every drop of the drinking water, to where you have to come to them on your knees and beg for drinking water. That's what they want. That's what they're working towards. Like I said, I have no legacy. It's not a big deal to me, except for I love the planet, and I kind of like humans. There's stuff to like about humans, stuff to love about humans. But it's not this thing that directly affects me, other than my love for these creatures. But but these other people, these evil doers, they're the reason that there's no future here. They're the ones, I don't want to say no future, they're the ones that are doing their best to take away and limit all of your legacy's future, right? Whatever it has, whatever, your kids, your grandkids, whatever, they want to limit their potential future any way they can, as much as they can. And they've made it clear. Anybody who's paying attention understands. Sending $100 billion off to Ukraine to keep it so that the war continues on. That's why they sent this money. They don't want the war to stop. They see an opportunity here. They see a misdirection here. They see, oh, look at all these horrible things that are happening. It's all Putin's fault. What can I do about it as long as Putin is such an evil villain? This all by design. you know, and this, you know, the last thing the world needs is this fucking bullshit that's going on in Ukraine. And I would say at this point, the United States is more responsible for the war going on right now in this moment in Ukraine than Russia. The United States is more responsible at this moment because if the United States just stayed the fuck out of it, the shit would be over now. The shit would be over. I don't know what effect that would have on inflation. I do know what effect, 99 cent a gallon gasoline would have on inflation. And I do know that that is a possibility that our government could make happen. And they choose not to. Why? Because they are in bed with big oil. They could not be more in bed with big oil. I mean, it goes big oil, big pharma, military industrial complex. Bam. That's where all the big money's at right there. And every single member of our government is taking every single penny they can get from every single one of those entities. Every chance they get. And those entities are more than happy to shovel money their direction. So the oil companies are complete and utter evil. So how is it that all these members of Congress, all the White House, everybody's just there protecting the oil companies? Because, as I've said, if my cock was president, we could have 99 cents a gallon gasoline in a very, very quick manner. Like I would say within 3 or 4 months. And it would happen, boom. I mean, a couple of companies would set it up right away. The reason being, if my cock was president, my cock would go in to the White House and my cock would say, all current oil drilling leases are null and void. Now, which company wants to give us 99 cents a gallon gasoline? We'll sell you all of our natural resources. And which companies are unwilling to sell us 99 cents a gallon gasoline? Because we are immediately seizing every bit of your infrastructure in this country, including trucks and every single teeny tiny bit. And we're putting a hold on your bank accounts. Okay, so you can go do business somewhere else in the world, make lots of money. You will not be doing business in this country ever again. So, who wants to give us 99 cents a gallon gasoline? Boom! Problem solved. Boom! Inflation gone. Boom! Economic. Boom! Overnight. Over fucking night. Oh, I'm going to give you a tax holiday on the gas. 18 cents a gallon. Woo! Woohoo! How much does that save you a month? Enough to buy a fucking chicken? It won't be enough to buy a chicken if the price of chicken keeps going the direction that it's going. So, where was I? Ah, yes. Evil motherfuckers must pay! I think that we should play a video. Since no one's calling. Let's see. Do not disturb on? The do not disturb is not on. You can see the fucking phone number. It's right there. 805-669-6397. 805 Mox News. I'm going to play a video, and I expect there to be a phone caller when I get back. Or not. I have I have a video about, well, it's an interview with Julian Assange's brother, talking about how all the hurdles of his brother's extradition to the United States being removed, and that he expects the extradition of Julian Assange to the United States to to happen at any time. So I thought that was an important video to see, especially when we're fucking George W. Bush and Joe Biden and Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Okay? George W. Bush is the one that was committing the war crime that Julian Assange reported on. Barack Obama is the one who put the hit out on Julian Assange. Okay? Forcing him into hiding. Donald Trump is the one who for 4 years had the ability to pardon Julian Assange and chose not to. Okay? Joe Biden is going to put Julian Assange in prison for the rest of his life, as if he hasn't already been through enough. Fuck Joe Biden, fuck Donald Trump, fuck Barack Obama, and fuck George W. fucking Bush. Fuck them straight to prison for the rest of their fucking lives in order to make the world a safer place. Not only for little children, but for journalists. Real journalists, not the fake bullshit. In bed with the fucking big oil, with the big pharma, with the military-industrial complex. I'm sorry, did I say for-profit military-industrial complex? I think we should play the video now. Julian Assange's brother talking about how all the hurdles... Hello, caller.
Hey.
What's up, G?
Let's go. Hey, fuck Mike Hawk. I want Mike Cunt.
Well, Mike Hunt has retired from what I understand.
See, fuck.
Although, with the right, with the right encouragement, I could imagine Mike Hunt, coming back in a big way. All right, so we're going to play the video with Julian Assange's brother, an interview with Julian Assange's brother, and I'll be back. I'm going to go heat up my tea. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's always better when you're here. See the fucking phone number? Don't leave me to the trolls.
So if you haven't seen Ghislaine Maxwell recently, if she's absent from your local Starbucks, there's a reason. She's in prison. She was convicted of sex trafficking late last year. Unlike her accomplice, Jeffrey Epstein, however, she has not yet died suspiciously behind bars. But not for lack of trying. Her lawyers say there have been attempts to have her assassinated in jail. Ooh, fascinating. Fox's Trace Gallagher has that story for us tonight. Hey, Trace.
Hey, Tucker, Ghislaine Maxwell is scheduled to be sentenced on June 28. She's 60 and is facing 55 years in prison for grooming and recruiting girls as young as 14 to have sex with Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell's attorneys are looking for leniency, asking the court to impose a sentence less than 20 years. And the big reason they want a lighter sentence is Maxwell's safety. Writing in court papers, quoting here, one of the female inmates in Miss Maxwell's housing unit told at least 3 other inmates that she had been offered money to murder Miss Maxwell and that she planned to strangle her in her sleep. The lawyers did not reveal how much the inmate was allegedly offered to kill Maxwell, but the inmate reportedly said the money would have been worth spending an extra 20 years in prison. Maxwell's lawyers also believe there are numerous inmates who would not hesitate to kill Ghislaine Maxwell for money, fame, even street cred. The Bureau of Prisons won't comment on pending cases, and there are many who believe if Maxwell was killed, the jail cell video might just disappear. Remember, Jeffrey Epstein apparently killed himself in one of the most secure prisons in the country because the guards accidentally failed to check on him for several hours. He also tried to kill himself once before, and lawyers requested the video of that attempt be preserved. The prison agreed and saved it. But again, accidentally, they saved video from the wrong part of the prison, and the Epstein suicide attempt video was accidentally then deleted. Tucker.
A lot of accidents in a row. Trace, I appreciate you bringing that to us tonight. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Where are all the videos from? Pedo Island? Oh. So if you're conservative, you remember the name Julian Assange, and you remember the Bush people were always telling you he was a bad guy. But at this point, you have to wonder, what exactly did Julian Assange do wrong? What was his actual crime? Well, offending people with power. That was his real crime. Assange founded WikiLeaks, and WikiLeaks published internal emails that embarrassed the DNC and the Hillary Clinton for President campaign. It also published videos showing the U.S. military killed civilians in Iraq and covered it up. So exposing the crimes of the powerful is itself a crime, apparently, so the U.S. government has charged Assange with violations of the Espionage Act. Really? He's a spy now! And then leaned on the British government to help. So today, the Britain's Interior Ministry authorized Assange's extradition to the United States to face trial. Here he faces 175 years in prison. Here was the reaction from Assange's father today.
Australian friends find it extraordinary that the country that gave the world freedom of the press, enshrined in its constitution in the First Amendment, today brought that freedom to an end. It's over. For a publisher to be extradited to the United States, charged under the Espionage Act, oppresses all publishers, all journalists everywhere.
It's an atrocity. Gabe Shipton is Julian Assange's brother. He's also a film producer. We're happy to have him join us tonight. Gabe, thanks so much for coming on. So, do you believe your brother will be extradited to the United States, and do you believe the Biden administration will prosecute him under the Espionage Act?
Well, Tucker, it certainly seems that way. The Biden administration has continued on with this extradition, and Julian is running out of options in the UK. The courts at the highest level have now approved his extradition, and so has the UK government. So we think that his extradition is going to happen probably within the year.
So if your brother can be prosecuted under the so-called Espionage Act, then any journalist or any citizen who offends the people in charge or exposes their misdeeds can be prosecuted. Why isn't every journalist in the West defending your brother?
Well, that's a very good question, Tucker. I think, we've seen some journalists come out. Obviously, yourself, you've been very strong. But till now, they've been able to, a lot of them have been able to say, well, the UK government is going to stop this. But now that's become very clear that the UK government is not going to stop this. And this is really, the fight of our lifetimes for press freedom. And
Yes.
so it's up to all the journalists now to get together and stand up together to fight this and to just get the Biden administration to drop this.
I must say, for all of its faults, I think the United States is still a freer country than the UK. I think he probably has a better shot here. I hope that's true. And I appreciate your continuing to bring your brother's case to the world's attention because it deserves it. Gabe Shipton, thank you.
Thank you.
Tucker says, I hope that the U.S. is a freer country. I think he'll be safer here. And he just right before that talked about how Jeffrey Epstein was apparently suicided. Right? Right before that, he was making clear that the U.S. prison system, the most secure U.S. prison system in the United States. Oh, the surveillance video failed. Oh, the guards fell asleep. So, yeah, I'm sure Julian Assange will be so much safer in the United States, right? How could he even? I mean, is that supposed to be like some kind of humor or something where he says the Julian Assange will be safer? I mean, he just got done telling us it's not safe for anybody like that. Hello? Caller?
Hey, Max.
Hello?
Hey, this is Manny. How's it going?
All right. What about you?
I'm good, Max. So you think some people really wanna destroy us? Who is these people?
They want to destroy us all. Destroy us all. Destroy us all. Destroy us all. Yes, Manny, I think it's a matter of not just wanting to destroy us, but wanting to hold us down as much as possible. I think that there's supposed to be an evolution of mankind happening, and these evildoers who control all the money and all the power are not allowing it to happen. Absolutely, 110%. I believe that, Manny.
So do you believe the theory of, I think Alex Jones is the one that said something similar, that the elites don't want us to go into the next dimension, though? They just want us to stay in that third dimension.
Look, I don't know anything about
dimension.
I don't know anything about the next dimension. What I know is about this dimension, and that the elites are sucking out every resource they possibly can. They're stealing it from the people. These resources belong to the people. They're buying up every single bit of fresh water, Manny. Every single bit of drinkable water. You know this. I know you know this.
I know.
Okay, and they're doing it so that we're going to have to beg on our knees for a few drops of it. And any intelligent person would know that also, Manny.
Well, I mean, when it comes to water, I don't know about that, though. But I know, for example, that the whole, I don't know if you hear about this, that there was an invasion of China into the Indian territory a couple of years ago. And I think it has something to do with the water from the Himalayas. So there's already signs showing up because of that. But I know, for example, Bill Gates, or at least the investment arm of Bill Gates, they're the biggest farm land owners in the world, and they buy a lot of farmland in the Midwest. That's legit, and that's even in the regular news financial websites. Very well documented, though. And what purpose? Apparently, he wants to, I don't know, he wants to create some sort of experimental farmland, which I consider bullshit. I think what he's doing is he wants to hedge his bets because, you know, the currency and the economy is going to go to shit, and he needs to protect his assets. So that's why he's buying a lot of farmland. Do I believe Bill Gates? I don't know him personally, though. I wish I could know him. I wish I could talk to Elon Musk and talk about these conspiracy theories, though, because he looks like a very chill guy, but at the same time, he has his own personal agenda as well, which I understand. We don't know much. You sounded like Alex Jones saying that the elites, they don't want us to evolve as a human and go into the higher dimensions.
Okay. You think I don't know about fucking other dimensions, okay? I don't know that shit. That's above my pay grade, okay? But you know that Bill Gates, there's many reports of Bill Gates going to Epstein Island, right?
Oh, I know. He wanted to fuck little kids, little teenage girls.
Look, I'm not talking about that. I don't know what his desires, what his tastes are. What I know is that there's numerous reports of him going to Epstein Island, and then you say, I'd really like to know him, and that he looks like a nice guy.
That's Elon Musk. But yeah, I mean, I don't know Bill Gates. I know he lives in Medina, but I never seen people actually protesting in front of his house in Medina.
I don't really prosecute the richest guy in the world.
But there should be a protest in front of his house. The only thing creepy thing, have you been in Medina before?
Have I seen what now?
Have you been in Medina before?
Been in what?
Medina.
I don't think I have. I might have. But that's the neighborhood that Bill Gates lives in. I'm not. I don't think I have been down there. I might have.
Yeah, it's on the east side of Lake Washington.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
That's the division. Okay. Right next to Bellevue.
Yeah.
We go there, and it's so fucking creepy, man. There's tons of cameras in every fucking corner. They're taking pictures of your license plates. And I'm not exaggerating, man. Go ahead, go over there, and there's a tons of cell phone towers.
Manny,
I don't know why.
Everywhere there's fucking cameras, okay? You go into your house, and there's a camera there, and there's a camera there, and you carry a camera on your phone, and there's fucking there's nowhere where you go that there's not cameras anymore. Nowhere.
But these are your ADT Ring cameras. I'm talking about like the professional street light cameras that are on your light bulb. And I'm not talking about like CCTV. I'm talking about the ones that take pictures to the license plates. They're like over there, like in every freaking corner in Medina, where there's a light over there. There's a camera that is taking pictures of the license plates. And I'm not exaggerating, Max.
No.
And you go to Medina, because I go to the Medina City Hall. There's a little private beach by the Medina City Hall.
Yeah.
And if you actually look careful, Max, and I'm serious, if you actually look very careful, you'll see a ton of cell phone antennas that are very hidden. Unless you have a good eye, you can see like there's freaking cell phone antennas in every freaking pole over there. I don't know why, man, which is freaking creepy. Why would you have a cell phone antenna in every freaking tower in a city that is not as dense as, I don't know, like freaking downtown Seattle?
Isn't that the way the 5G works? They have to have like lots and lots of fucking cell things.
That's if you live in a very dense populated area. Like if you're in downtown Seattle, I believe you. Like in Pike Place. But in Medina, though, I don't think so, man. And these people like are super rich. They probably have like Wi-Fi, and they have like freaking super speed fiber optics over there, so they don't need like freaking cell phone antennas in every corner.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating, Max. And they're very well hidden over there.
Yeah. As wealthy as it gets.
Yeah. It's a nice place, Max. And I'm telling you, like, I envy those guys. I wish I could live in Medina. It's one of the nicest places I've ever been in Seattle. I don't have the money, though. I wish one day I can have the money enough to buy a house over there. But even the taxes for a house in, for example, Bellevue, I've seen the taxes, the property taxes, they're like over $10,000 in Bellevue. Now imagine how much will it be in Medina.
$10,000 is nothing. Plus, in Medina, I think there are no property taxes or something.
Really?
Yeah. I look it up. I'm pretty sure that fucking Bezos donates like $200,000 a year or something to make it look like he's subsidizing the fact that there's no fucking no property taxes for the. I'm pretty sure you should look it up.
Yeah, I saw the property taxes that my landlord pays for the house where I was staying in Bellevue, though. It's over $10,000 in Bellevue, man. And this is just a regular middle-class type of house.
Yeah.
In Bellevue, obviously. And they were paying over $10,000. Now imagine how much these people pay over there in Medina, though.
Yeah.
So, which is fucking ridiculous, man. But still, like, it's an extremely nice place, one of the nicest places that I've been in Seattle. But there are tons of cameras over there. There's tons of cell phone antennas over there, which are very well hidden. I don't know why you need so much cell phone antennas in not so dense populated area. I will understand if you're like in Pike Place or you're like in freaking downtown Seattle, though. But in Medina, which is not that concentrated, and all these people have fucking enough money to have fiber optics or to have Comcast over there. So they don't need these cell phone antennas, though. But still, Max, it's a nice sound, but it's very well, like, the vigilance is very well, surveilled over there. And I passed through like a block away from Bill Gates' house, because even in Bill Gates' area by Evergreen Street or Evergreen Avenue or something like that, they have also lots of cameras around that area. That's what the actual cell phone antennas are hidden basically all over that place. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, Manny.
But yeah, that's, I don't know, it's stupid, man. I mean, I wish I could know the guy, meet the guy one day and just say hi and, you know, get some advice from him, and he's sharing his quote-unquote wisdom. That'll be interesting to hear.
I can tell you where he eats lunch. I can tell you where he eats lunch every Thursday if you want to go meet him down there.
Really? Where does he go?
I'm not telling you fucking on the fucking live camera. I'm not telling you on a live stream.
Does he go to Dick's?
No.
That's one in Bellevue, though. They opened one in Bellevue in the Crossroads.
Yeah, well, Dick's is actually a tasty place, but no.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe next time, man. I'm pretty sure he's full of bodyguards over there. Like, people are, you have to keep like a freaking 100 feet distance from him because of his bodyguards if he's entourage.
Yeah. All right, Manny.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Okay, it's good to hear from you. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so Manny's talking about all the cameras, you know, and this is one of the things that I'm noticing is that like everywhere I go, there's cameras. And it's not, I'm not talking about outside, you know, oh, there's cameras on the phone poles, and which there are. I see them all over the place. What I'm talking about is like every room I go into in the house, there's cameras. There's cameras on the laptop. There's cameras on every other computer. There's cameras, you know, security cameras on the front door and the back door. You know, everywhere there's cameras. And I don't think that, you know, I mean, our house is somewhat technologically advanced a little bit, but I think that most houses are this way with the cameras now. And I find it fascinating, you know. My last girlfriend used to talk about there being cameras all over the place, and I understood why. She was we were on television at the time, and she felt like people were looking at us all the time. So, which they probably were. But it didn't matter. That's why I told her, you know, who cares if there's cameras? You know, I'm under constant audio and video surveillance, and men in black follow me everywhere. I'm under constant audio and video surveillance, and men in black follow me everywhere. So what if there's cameras? What's the big deal? Really, what's the big deal? I don't understand. But I don't understand lots of stuff. And that was just me explaining it to her. That being said, you know, I think that for people in general, if there's cameras everywhere, in every room, everywhere we go, that it probably is... you know, depending on what percentage of people see this and understand it, as I was saying, you know, like, okay, there's cameras everywhere, who cares? Because you have to get, if that's what the facts are, you have to live your life. You know, just like I was saying yesterday, you know, I want people to be who they want to be, who they think they are. I want people to express the most genuine expression of themselves, whatever that is, and nobody can tell you what that is except for you. Okay, so that being said, I feel that with all these cameras around, and considering the percentage of people that understand there's all these cameras around, you know, understanding that 90% of people are walking around with an HD camera in their hand or their pocket, I think people act differently. I think that they, I don't think that they necessarily do it consciously. I think that there's a subconscious thing going on where it's like you kind of can't let your guard down because you know you're constantly on camera and someone might be watching. Only you don't think about that in the forefront of your brain. It's not something that you're consciously contemplating all the time. It's this thing that's in the back of your head that you know is happening all the time. Although you don't really know in the back of your head what's going on back there. But you know inside your head, even if you don't know consciously, you know. And I think it maybe possibly gets people to act differently. I'm pretty sure it does. And that's really unfortunate. Do what?
You're not disturbed?
Is it?
I don't know.
No, it's not on.
Not ringing through? when I call you?
No, go ahead. It's not on. Call.
Okay, I'll just say it. Manny, you might be an intelligent guy with a real good thing for numbers, but it's not funky cold Medina. This is not Tone Loc. It is Medina. You don't know what you're talking about. Learn your geography. At least say it right. Medina. Say it with me, Manny. Medina.
Iraq.
Yeah, it's... I went up to this girl. I said, hi, my name is Sheena. She thought she'd be good to go with little funky cold Medina. Let's go to Bill Gates' house in Medina. Fucking A, dude. Come on, Manny. Get your shit together, bro. You're better than this.
Maybe.
I'm a little triggered tonight, because say the fucking... Wait, what is it? What's the other city that everybody fucks up? Puyallup? Puyallup?
You would know
all
better
the
than
people
me.
that live in Puyallup. What's another Eastern Washington name we can fuck up? No, I'm not going to turn the show into that. But Manny just triggered me tonight, man. I'm fucking triggered.
Manny, look out.
God damn it, Manny.
Look out, buddy.
Funky Cold Medina. Jesus Christ.
Craig
Get your
got
shit together.
Craig got a bunch of clients over there. He doesn't want you insulting him.
Yeah, god damn it, man. We got a lot of those rich motherfuckers that we take care of on the regular. Not Jeff Bezos. That's our one. Bezos? Jeff Bezos. Who the fuck calls him Jeff Bezos? Buzz off, Bezos. Alright. I've said my piece. So you seriously don't have your Do Not Disturb on?
It's not on, dude.
Okay, this is weird because let's see what happens when I ring it up. 805-669. Oh, now it's ringing through.
I don't know.
What the fuck? Alright, guys. Hey.
Oh, there's another caller.
There you go. Big call. It's Manny again. Let's see.
Not Manny. It might be Manny. Hello, caller.
Can I get a roadside Frank on TV?
What now?
Manny. It's Medina. Get your pronunciation right, bro. At least you can pronounce the name of the city where Bill Gates lives. Medina. Say it with me.
Well, it's actually it's like a Spanish name.
Yeah, so wait, this is Seattle, bro, not Spain, okay? All the rich people over there are laughing at you. If any of the rich people that are watching the show, they're like, who is that stupid Mexican CPA from Eastern Washington calling our city Medina? All the rich people like Jim Nordstrom and Bezos and all those guys that live over there, that's called Medina. You know, just like
Medina.
Medina, there you go. That's what's up. That's like, you know, I realize the way you grew up learning to pronounce words with the Espanol, with Spanish, it's different. It's just like why when I listen to some of the sarcasm on Spanish words, like you watch Cheech and Chong and they go, "What's up, Bendejo?" Well, Chong doesn't know. He's not Spanish. You go watch one of the Cheech and Chong movies. Hey, bendacos! They're not called bendacos, but that's how Tommy Chong pronounces it in the movie. Because he goes, hey, pendejo!
That's so funny. I forgot
Pincho
about that.
rolones! All right. Chalalas! I gotta go. Thanks, Manny. Love you.
Oh my God, Mom.
Pincho your
I didn't do it.
rolones.
I didn't do it.
She's so triggered. He needs to take the chill pill.
I can't get him to eat enough marijuana. He's not eating enough marijuana.
that's true, though. See, that's the side effect of marijuana. Either she gets the crap out of you, man, or like it freaks you out so badly, though.
Well, I think you should try harder. See, I think that a lot of people, they try it and they're like, "Oh my God, that was so scary. I'm never doing that again." But the fact is that it's such a lighter drug than like alcohol or really anything else. And you just don't understand the buzz, you know. You give it a second try. On the second try, you just laugh your ass off like everything is so funny, you know. And then you get like, "Hey, this is okay, man. I like it."
Be careful, man, because maybe the elites are going to take your pot away as well.
No, that's not going to happen.
So I'm wondering, Mark, I mean, who you said that the elites, like, who are these elites from you? Like, from your perspective, who are these elites?
Look, I think that's a tricky question. I think there's a lot of history that we don't know about, and that there's whole families, I think, that we don't know about. That being said, the Rothschilds, families that have been around a long time, these people are embedded into every bit of industry that happens around the world, as far as I can tell.
Because if you're talking about like you take families, for example, like one of the ones that I see the most on 4chan or the conspiracy theories circle is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, but even in the Vanderbilt family, like they're broke. They're broke. All of the things are broke. So I don't know how they actually can use them. And all the Rockefellers, they have their money. There's so many generations of them. I don't think they actually have the power that they used to have. And all the oil shares that they have, they're probably like all divided into several.
Look, man, it's not a matter of them having all the power. It's a matter of them meeting with all the other people who have all the power and then devising a plan in order to hold the people down for the next generation, which they do on a regular basis. They have these meetings designing how to fuck over the general population of the planet. I showed you a clip from Davos in which they said COVID was our most profitable product of all time. These are the elites in Davos talking about COVID was our most profitable product of all time. Okay, so there's shit going on that we don't know about, and
No, agree. But let me ask you something else, Ross. Do you believe a certain ethnic group is actually manipulating everyone and holding the power, or is just a bunch of rich people?
I don't really know. It's if it's the old money, then it's probably somewhat an ethnic group thing. But at the same time, isn't like the richest person in the world from Mexico? Isn't it he the Mexico City guy?
It used to. That it's Carlos Slim, but this guy he got his power because corruptions. And at the same time, he holds like a monopoly on telecommunications in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about like 85% of the market share for cell phones in Mexico is owned by this guy.
Yeah.
85%. And the other 13% is owned by AT&T and then other small carriers. But yeah, he owns, or the company that makes most money for him has a market share of 85%. It's like the old AT&T. Remember the old AT&T before the breakup? He held over 80 or 90% of the market share of phones.
Yeah.
He's like that in Mexico, though, but he owns like 85% of the cell phone market and the landlines as well. The reason why he hasn't been breakup is because corruption, and he paid all the politicians in Mexico. And apparently he's venerated and so respected that nobody wants to touch him.
Well, when you get that much money, you own politicians, you have a little hit squad in order to take people out, investigators and stuff that can dig up all kinds of dirt, and collect that dirt on people that you're not even having a relationship with. You know what I mean? Just to have it ready in case you decide that this is who we're dealing with. This is what's keeping us in place. This is what's keeping the human race from moving forward. They don't look. This stuff with the global warming, again, that's a complete distraction. Okay, the real question is not whether or not global warming is happening, not whether or not what we do about it. The real question is, do humans pollute too much? And all these motherfuckers who are out there debating fucking climate change, they all know the real question is, do humans pollute too much? And the climate change debate is complete and utter distraction. And this is how it works, people. Oh, look, yeah, they're saving us. So, anyways,
Anyway.
man. Yeah?
I just wanted to call back because I heard Craig was roasting me on TV because I say Medina instead of Medina.
Get it right,
Medina.
fucker.
Well, actually, it's actually spelled. It's actually
I get it, Manny.
pronounced here Medina.
Look,
Anyway.
look, Manny. I tell people all the time it's pronounced Iraq. It's pronounced Iraq. It's not.
Iraq.
It's not pronounced. It's not pronounced Israel. It's not pronounced Italy. It's pronounced Israel. It's pronounced Italy. It's pronounced Iraq. It's not that complicated.
No, it's pronounced Iraq. Iraq.
Yeah, there you go.
So how can we call Washington? Say Washington? Is that the right way? Because I always call it Washington.
I don't know.
Or-
It's pronounced. I always hear it's supposed to be pronounced Washington. But I don't know. That's.
Washington.
I think that's not the same as mispronouncing a country's name. You know, I think number one, it makes Americans sound stupid to say Iraq, and number two, I think it's. I think that, you know, if you call it Washington or Washington, you know, I don't think that either one are meant to be disrespectful. I believe calling it Iraq, which is by design, which is, you know, the public, the media influence. I think it's, you know, meant as an insult on top of to make the American people look stupid.
It's like LA. People call it Los Angeles. I call it Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
Anyways, Max, I just want to call back because he was going. Does he? You know, he actually had done jobs over there in Medina before, correct?
I don't know.
But yeah, there's a lot of traffic cameras, street cameras.
Yeah, we got that part, Manny.
Very serious cell phone towers. Too many for a place that is not as.
We got that, Manny.
Okay, don't get mad, Max. Just sharing.
Don't tell me what to do, Manny.
Dude, you see what the party is doing to you? Now it's making you agitated. It's making you change in a negative way.
You're so right, Manny. I should have a bong hit. That's gotta be the problem.
All right, man.
All right.
Man, take it easy.
Okay, Manny, good to hear from you. Or maybe I should have a brownie. That's twice that Manny called, people. Twice. Okay, this is a call-in show, and I'm going to have a brownie because some people don't eat enough marijuana, and I want to give a shining example for those people. This is how easy it is. Chocolatey brownie. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, don't you love brownies? All you have to do is make a little marijuana butter and slide it into their brownie mix. Ooh, and then it smells all chocolatey. And it tastes so good. And it gets you so high. You're not eating enough marijuana. That's all I'm saying. Hello, caller.
Don't you love it when you're walking down the street and you just say to yourself, God, my testicles feel great today. It's like, man, I got nuts from fucking heaven. I'm the sacred scrotum. I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden I realize, oh my God, I'm a swinging dick. Baby, it's great to be a man. How's that?
Fine. I don't care. I think it should be great to be anybody. Like, you want to identify as whatever it is you want to identify. If you want to call yourself a man, Michael, that's fine with me. You go right ahead and call yourself a man.
I identify as a man. I really do. I identify as a genius, but don't tell anybody. You know what Keith Richards said? He said, it's great to be here. And then he said, it's great to be anywhere. I think that guy's really grateful to be alive, man. He's like, he's going to outlive everybody. And he had the hardest lifestyle of all. But that's the way I feel. I'm grateful to be alive. And not really conscious of my scrotum every minute of the day, but it hit me the other day. I was walking down the street and going, wow, man.
Your scrotum hit you? Did it hit you in the face, or where did it hit you?
Yeah, God's scrotum fucking slapped me down to the ground, and fuck, yeah. So, I don't know, man. I just got inside. Still light outside, probably still light outside where you're at. Pretty much the longest motherfucking day of the year right now. So I saw your plant last night. Your solid fucking nugs.
Yeah, I never grew anything like that, man. I got other ones going on in the tent, but I mean, it's like those are like really, really just. I never grew anything like that, dude. So yeah, they're solid to me.
You probably know, because you're probably on those websites more than me, that when you go on a website, Dr. Green Thumb or Seedsman or whatever, they'll tell you compact nuts, super compact nuts, or not. I forget the word they have for the sativa that's not compact nuts, but they'll describe it for you right there, right on the website, you know. So
yeah, but I've grown a bunch of those people's genetics, and it never turned out like this.
What do you mean, those people's genetics?
I mean, those people, the Seedsman and fucking Bigger, Stronger, Faster, and fucking Emerald Triangle seeds and heavyweight seeds and whole bunch, and none of them ever turned out like firm fucking buds like this, man.
If you get that same seed, chances are you're going to get the same kind of bud.
Yeah.
That's genetics.
Right.
So,
that's what I'm telling you. Is the other genetics? You said, oh, you go to the Seedsman and it says, oh, this is going to be rock hard buds. Well, I've grown those fucking seeds, and it never came out anything more than, squishy kind of. I don't want to call it fluff, but it's not like it's not firm. This is like seriously. I never grew anything like this. I didn't think I would ever grow anything like this. I didn't know. I'm surprised.
Well, I'm glad you're happy, Mike.
I'm just surprised. I'm not happy. The plant fucking was sick the entire time. Or don't know that it was sick, but it just hasn't. It's had yellow leaves. It just hasn't been happy the entire time. But that being said, it still did what it was supposed to do, more or less. It's not as frosty.
Why did it have yellow leaves?
I don't know. I haven't been.
There's only two reasons.
I haven't been pHing the water.
Yeah, there you go.
But you don't pH your water, do you?
No, but there's more to pH than water. The soil could be too acidic.
Yeah,
that's one reason.
I'm using cocoa core, very expensive cocoa core.
All that means is it drains quicker. That's all.
No, it actually means it holds the water better. Are you cutting up lines over there or something?
What about lines over here? What?
Sounds like you're chopping up lines over there, man.
Yeah, I'm just me and Johnny Depp. Johnny, say hi.
What is your thing with Johnny Depp? I'm never gonna understand that.
Where'd my fucking cigarettes go? I like Johnny Depp. He seems like a cool
I can
dude.
tell.
But yeah, so the other reasons that could be lack of nitrogen. That's what when you're. So I don't know which one it was, but it was one or the other, or it could just be super hot weather. I don't know.
No, it's like 70 degrees in the tent, 75 degrees in the tent. But no, it's been from day 20 or whatever when it started showing signs of whatever. It just hasn't been happy. So I just do what I do. But I don't know. I maybe nitrogen. All the other plants are fine. So, and they all got exactly the same stuff. So, I don't know.
No, it looked good, but that's about, that whole plant was less than what I give somebody for a night's trimming here. If you ever get into mass quantities, dude, and Chris's buddy probably knows this, you're going to run into all types that sit there and talk for 3 hours, and they trim about half an ounce of bud, and then they want $300.
Yeah, well.
Or you'll get the guys that just can put out and put out and put out, and then you give them lots of extras, and you say, hey, come back tomorrow. So it's a weird deal. There's so much hype and so much so many games in the marijuana industry that you really want just people that are experienced.
And ego. Don't forget all the ego.
Yeah, well, hype comes from ego, and trips come from ego, and greed comes from ego. I want, mine. And I always try, whether it's marijuana or on a construction job, I always just try to give people a little bit more than they're worth if I can do that. I'm sure Craig's the same way. He likes to pay people well, So, but you'll get to... I had a chick who trimmed about 5 buds and tried to pick up on me all night long, or for a couple hours, and then she wanted $300 the next day. And it's like, what the?
Maybe you should have let her suck your dick for $300, man.
Then I talked to one of my buddies about her, and he said, you dodged a bullet, man. She was fucking up my house for about 9 months. So she was just one of these Amber Heard types that just go from guy to guy and fuck up their lives, like a fucking psychopath, like Amber Heard. The Amber Turd Award of 2022 goes to the mysterious trimmer girl who gets $300 a night for sitting there. It's like, fuck you. So anyways...
Dude, she gets $300 a night for sucking dick, and you kept pushing her away. So what do you expect?
She was a single mom, and I had absolutely zero sexual interest in her. I just needed somebody to help me trim one night, because you know me, when I have a killer year, I'm at it for sometimes 3 fucking solid months of trimming. Fucking amazing, just 16 hours a day. Just burn out. It's like you're on Arrakis, right? You're on the Dune planet, and the spice is soaking in through your skin, and all of a sudden you're the Kwisatz Haderach, and you see every corner of the universe at once, and you see into the future. It's like, that's what trimming is like, because the THC just soaks into your body. You walk into fucking Vons grocery store, and people look at you like, and you got fucking hash stuck to your fingers, and you can't get your money off your hand, and it's like, that's the way it is. So, no, she was just some chick I met, and I just needed somebody to trim, and I wasn't interested in her at all, even though she was kind of cute, but, people play games, and now, I think I saw last month or the month before up in your neck of the woods up in Seattle, criminals were robbing the dispensaries. Is that right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of cannabis stores getting robbed up here.
Yeah, you'd think they'd put bars on the windows and get a fucking security guard or an alarm or something. I don't know how you can run a fucking... Because marijuana makes people do crazy things. And you know it's a gateway drug, Mike. It's like marijuana today, heroin next week. So...
okay, Manny. Settle down.
Oh, is that what he's saying? Is he saying something like that?
It's the devil's weed, man.
Holy shit. No, man, as soon as we start treating it like tomatoes or lettuce or broccoli...
It's more important than that. Cannabis is probably the most important thing to the survival of the human race, okay? You want to end fucking global warming. You want to turn the planet green. You want to feed the hungry. You want to house the fucking homeless. Cannabis is the answer, and nobody gives it that much credit.
Definitely a good plant. Definitely historically been an economic boon to the Europeans and the Americans. And just think what's going to happen if somehow, someday, the aliens come and land on planet Earth, and planet Earth, EARF, planet Earth, and take away all our fucking coffee. Then you're going to see riots in the street, baby. Or what if all of a sudden the immaculate wisdom of the federal government eliminates cigarettes? You're going to see some aggro people. As soon as they take away their fucking cigarettes, man, they're going to be like me, just fucking yelling at people randomly, like your neighbor. But, yeah, it's a, you know, George Washington,
the NRA called the House yesterday, and they're like, you know, oh, you know that they're going to do this stuff in the Senate with all their gun stuff, and they're like, yeah. And they go, and you know Joe Biden wants to take away the 9mm handguns. Craig's talking to him on the phone. He says, they said Joe Biden wants to take away the 9mm handguns. Like, tell him they can come and get ours first. Bring it on, fuckers.
I've never got a call from the NRA. I get calls from everybody on Earth, but never from the NRA. But they must be panicking when they're calling people.
No, they see an opportunity with them talking about gun legislation. They always go into hyper fundraising mode then.
I'm getting emails from AOC and Nancy Pelosi. And who's that guy? Adam Schiff? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that guy. Why the fuck are you emailing me?
He's on all kinds of psychotic medication, dude. How can you not? All you have to do is look at his fucking eyes, and it's obvious that he's fucking bugging completely out of his skin.
Yeah. He's a bug-eyed fool, man. Adam Schiff is a bug-eyed fool who just lies and lies and lies.
You remember when Lindsey Graham was taking that fucking medication and he was just like looking fucking insane, like his eyes were about to pop out of his head, and he's constantly sweating and shit. You know, this is a big part. Well, it was fucking for years. Like I covered it again and again. Look, this is the people that we're dealing with, and they're fucking strung out. And they're fucked up individuals, and the last thing they give a shit about is you or yours. So
you remember when the secretary in the Congress freaked out, ran up, grabbed a microphone, and started talking about Freemasons and Freemasonry and stuff? Remember that? It was about 5 years ago. And they escorted her out and said she had a breakdown, and she was talking about Freemasonry. It was like, oh my God. So, yeah, man. No, Lindsey Graham always seems pretty level-headed. I don't remember him being sweaty or too stupid. But,
are you serious?
What?
Level-headed? Are you serious? I mean, have you watched any of his shit about how we have to go to war everywhere we can possibly go to war? That's level-headed?
Other than that, he's not Adam Schiff. Put it that way. You know, he's got to be from Alabama. He's got a southern accent, from some southern state, and you know, dignified southern gentleman, and blah blah blah. They all want to go to war, Mike, and you know, the Russian ruble is higher than it's been since, I don't know, 2015 right now.
Yeah, I know.
Gas is 46 cents a gallon. Germany and the Netherlands are just about starting to buy gas from Russia again. And Joe Biden is still fucking everybody on planet Earth with his fucking economic bullshit. And, you know, it's like, God, just let the Donbass region alone and let Russia deal with Ukraine and get the fuck rid of NATO and stop creating wars everywhere on planet Earth. You know, just imagine the planet we could have had if America actually lived up to the shining city on the hill and didn't create this warmongering empire controlled by international corporations and fucking Boeing and CIA, and it's like, what the fuck? And you know, we're a banana republic. We are a banana republic. And if you need any proof, just go back to January 6th, where they had a fake insurrection which was really just a rowdy concert, and they're still harping on it. I bet that shit is still going on. They had, I guess, and it's crazy, dude. I mean, what a joke! It's what, there's got to be something real on planet Earth that people can pay attention to. Since the politics is so fucked up, they must have had this planned out decades in advance, with the psychological operations and just snow jobbing the entire population. And the unfortunate thing is 46 or 52% of the population actually believes the shit that they're spewing out. There was an insurrection, and you have to trust your government, and you have to wear a mask, and we should have 3-year-olds getting vaccines to protect them from, something, and don't pay attention to the lab leak theory and blah, blah, blah. It's so crazy. But I'm okay, Me and Johnny Depp are sitting here chopping up lines right now. Hey, Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
Banging 7-gram rocks and porn stars all night long.
No, man. I was mixing my own paint outside, and I fucked up on the color, and I got 5 gallons of a shitty fucking color. Now I got to go back to the hardware store and just buy fucking paint tomorrow. So I got nothing to do tonight. I thought I'd call you up and bug you for a little while. What do you want to talk about? Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George W. Bush. Who's the biggest fuck up?
They're all the same.
Well, I would put Donald Trump at the bottom of that list, actually.
Donald Trump had the opportunity to pardon Julian Assange and chose not to.
He's too stupid. He's too... Well, remember what he said? Oh, I like WikiLeaks. I like WikiLeaks. And then he just leaves it alone.
And then he fucking shits on Julian Assange, okay? He knew what was happening. He also fucking acted like he might fucking pardon Julian Assange and then blew it off, okay? So... fuck Donald Trump. He's a horrible piece of shit, just like all these other horrible pieces of shit. And he didn't, he dropped bombs on little children just like the rest of them did. Maybe not at the as a high as rate as the rest of them did, but he did. And there's so much difference a president has the ability to make, and people will be like, "Oh, the president's hands are tied." Look at, man, I go in there and day one, I'm like, we're going to have 99 cents a gallon gasoline, and this is how it's going to go down. And we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And I don't give a fuck. It's all executive order if it's got to be. I mean, immediately, all fucking oil drilling contracts are null and void, right? We're going to renegotiate starting today.
Well, there was this dude named Fletcher Prouty, and you might recognize the name, but he was a really important colonel in World War II, very much in touch with, Churchill and Truman and Stalin, and then the CIA was founded, and then he started working for the CIA. And he said as soon as World War II ended, at the end of the war, they were going to bring back all the equipment, right? Because in the eastern, the war against Japan in the Pacific, in the Philippines and stuff, they were going to bring back all the jeeps and tanks and planes and guns. But instead of doing that, they shipped it right off to Vietnam because they were getting ready for the next war. And then we had a president who got his head blown off on film in public in 1963, and he was going to stop us from going into Vietnam. We already had a quote-unquote police action going, and so any president since then has been totally afraid to do anything right. They'll do little things like, oh, I'll pass this or I'll pass that. But Kennedy proved, the assassination of John F. Kennedy proved that the president doesn't run the fucking country, and he will get killed if he bucks the system. And the system is corporatocracy, it's a kakistocracy, it's aristocracy, it's plutocracy, it's fucking everyocracy you could fucking ocratize. Am I boring you, man?
So, look, this is the deal, and this is why presidents of the United States should not be married. They should not have a family. It's like this bullshit where, oh, if he doesn't have a family, if we don't know that he's a family man, how can we possibly trust him? If he doesn't have a family, he can stand up there and he can say what needs to be said, which is, tomorrow this shit changes, and they're going to try and kill me. And the fucking Secret Service is going to let it happen. So when it does, know that it came from inside this government, not some fucking separate entity. Now, things change today. And you know why? Because they can't threaten your family. They can't threaten your children. They can't threaten your legacy because you own it. Because you're single and you're going to make your legacy happen, not some bullshit child who maybe someday might do something great. Fuck that. Okay, I'm here to make a difference in the world. I have the opportunity. I'm in charge of the shiny beacon on the hill now. And then you look at this guy who's he's at the peak. He's at the most powerful man in the world. And you say, what's the most important thing in the world to you? And they say, oh, my children, my family. Fuck you. Okay, go find a different job, asshole. I gotta go. I got a different caller. Thanks for calling, Mike. Talk to you later. Hello, caller.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
You know what, man? Brandon is doing fucking amazing. We're going to Six Flags in the morning.
Right on. So,
but it's only no one in St. Louis, right down the street.
Cool. How hot is it?
Oh, you know what, dude? It's been fucking steaming. We had a heat wave last week. It sucked. It fucked the grass up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that. So it's cooling down this week, and that's why we plan to go tomorrow.
Yeah, cool.
So it's not gonna be that. Yeah, but yeah, no, man, fucking good. Can't really complain. But you know what, Mom?
No, what?
When it comes down, I like that comeback right there. Yeah. When it comes down to it, people got to understand that presidents, or I'm going to say commander-in-chief, okay? Because as a soldier, you really have no say-so, right?
Yeah.
That's your fucking boss.
Yeah.
And as a voter, you're voting whatever party you're voting with, right? You have your agenda, and if he wins or she loses or whatever, right, for your local politician, right? But a president, you really are the CEO of the financial institution of planet Earth. And meaning, you just can't talk shit to the Saudis. That's their land, their oil. You're going to have to deal with them, and
well, I don't think you have to deal with them. If the United States is the largest exporter of energy in the world, then all we have to do is stop exporting, and we have plenty, right? And we fuck Saudi Arabia.
But Mark, it's okay. Let's just say America, right, makes the most oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you got to put those oranges all around the globe. Well, there's other places on the globe that grow oranges also, but let's just say we don't like those people that grow those oranges. But those oranges are closer to where they need to be, so, that's how you do it. Because you're going to waste more resources trying to get your oranges from point A to point B on the other side of the fucking planet when you got those oranges right there. And that's what a lot of people are not understanding when it comes to that gas shit. Like gas prices affect everybody, but the federal government, Mark, does not drill for oil and gas. It doesn't produce it.
No, but it does
You
make
are-
contracts.
you're a
It
capitalist country.
does make contracts with the people who do. It gives them the leases to be able to go and drill those oil wells that make them all the money that it does. They're given
They
permission to
already
do it.
have the leases, and they're not drilling on that land because it's a supply and demand issue, and they've already said it's about their shareholders. Okay, at the end of the day, it's about more profit.
Right.
That's just it. Like, and I mean, like, that has nothing to do with a president. That's capitalism. Okay,
See-
period.
Okay, I agree that's capitalism. Now, I also believe that you can cancel every fucking lease tomorrow. And you can say, and you can renegotiate those leases. America being the largest exporter of energy on the planet, you can say, you can continue to steal our natural resources out from under our feet, but the American people will get 99 cents a gallon gasoline. Okay? And you do that, and America is going to be the strongest nation in the world overnight. So, and it can happen.
Well-
And they're not even beginning to act like that's on the radar, and it would change,
You
like I
know
said,
why?
change everything.
You know why?
Because they
Because
want, because they're in bed with big oil. That's why.
Wait, okay. Listen, but I told when you first answered my call, I said a lot of people don't understand the president is really the CEO of the planet because this is the biggest nation. No one makes more money than us. Period. Right?
Okay.
So he has to make moves where it's kind of like when Jobs left America, right?
Yeah.
Town went like dark because all the jobs left.
Yeah.
But overall, America made more money because of the stock market, investments, and higher profits.
What percentage
Presidents
of Americans do you think saw any of that profit? You know, I mean,
Very small, but unfortunately, that's who runs the country.
I'm just saying,
So
there's got to be a
yeah,
better way.
exactly.
There's got to be a
Yeah.
better way than the 3% or 4% getting all the fucking
Well-
benefits.
Here you go. And here you go. Just look at it this way. Let's say there's a guy that's 65 years old. The plant's about to shut down. He's got 2 sons. The company's moving, right? And it typically would work at his plant because that was, the way it worked in that small town. But when that job leaves, those 2 other people got to figure it out, right? Now, the money that is reallocated to a different district or different country or whatever, that creates a lot more money than what it would have created in that small town. It's just capitalism and profits, man. At the end of the day, no one gives a fuck who makes your product. They just want it to be good.
Right,
That's it.
but
Make
they
sure it
care
works.
they care about the price of gasoline. They care about the price of the
Yeah.
product. So, and again,
Yeah.
you change all these things with the price of gasoline. All you have to do is get the price of gasoline under control, and not only do you fix the economy, you can create an economic boom that touches everyone, not just the fucking 3% or whatever. You know?
Well, again, it goes back to America, going to govern the world in peace and fuel too, and set the gas price. It's all capitalism, man. Listen, look, I suffer too. Like that video I sent you, how we got blessed as a family. That's $100 in gas, straight up. So everyone is suffering. We already know who's not suffering, and it's the ones who are just constantly bitching on television. I mean, like, they actually got money. The poor people ain't got money.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
So exactly. So until the people wake up, policy, not who sleeps with who, or about who can have a baby, or about what color somebody is and what language you got to speak. if you just look at policy, I think we can unfuck this situation. But because we don't look at policy and we look at, well, I don't like these people and I don't like these people and blah, 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 we ain't never gonna fix it.
I think that there's a little more to it than, that, but I agree that it's this division that those are the bad people, those are the good people, when clearly the good people and the bad people are working together to screw over the American people. Which means there is no good people. It's just fucking evildoers, and we need to get that through our head so that we can put them in their goddamn place and start fresh.
I wish we could do that, but unfortunately, we have this massive problem of just people being rude and mean and distasteful. All these politicians now, they just being distasteful and rude and mean for no reason. Just tell your policy and see if someone votes for you. But, you got to do something, extreme to get the attention because the people voting for you are just mad. You ain't trying, there's no one's really trying to create policy to fix that situation. So you're going to have just mad people mad at the same shit 4 years later, mad at the same shit 8 years later, still mad at the same shit.
Right.
Because those people can't fix the situation. Like, they just get in there and yell and scream. You have a few politicians who are quiet and they do their fucking job and write and pass bills. But the ones who just screaming and shit, I don't know if they're fucking just folklore or they're trying to be folklore or really be idiots. They don't understand. This shit goes in history books. And kids get told about you, and you're going to have children and grandchildren, and they got to live with how you fucking act and behave, per se. But
it's not just their grandchildren. It's not just their children or their grandchildren. It's all of our children. If they're in some kind of position of power where they, help define the future, it's not just a matter of their children. They're just fucking over the whole world, the human race. This is what really bothers me. If they were just fucking over the United States, okay, that again is this thing where these fucking cunts, we have to take care of them. But they're fucking up the entire world and in the process killing it. And I just think that the human race and the earth deserves a lot better than these pieces of shit that we have currently leading our country in the world.
You're absolutely right. But let's be honest, not everybody thinks like Socrates thought. Deep thinkers. 99% of us are short term. We want to get laid and we'll do whatever, or we want to make quick money, whatever. Not everybody, and that's a high percentage of humans, especially in America. And then you take like the ones who who sacrifice themselves to go through the torture of 4 years of college and play the game just to get some paper so they can make a little extra money. You know what I'm saying? So like we're just fucked, and we're so greedy that it's scary. Like, I'm paying attention to this fucking January 6th shit. This shit don't make no sense. That people try to lie. And now they all up here testifying about everything they was doing was wrong. All of a sudden now they feel guilty.
Which people feel guilty?
Like the people who testifying.
Testify about what?
January 6th shit.
Oh, who feels guilty? The protesters?
No, like the people who worked for Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
All this shit was meaning they knew all this shit was going on, but they was just trying to ride the wave. And if it would have worked, then they would have been good with it.
Yeah, I think right now they're just trying to cover their asses, though, right?
Yeah, and it's just like embarrassing. Like I'm looking at something. I'm 46 years old.
Yeah.
I've been around the world, right? I had some fun.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these nerds, suits on, these young men, young Americans just sit there in disbelief that they're snitching. I mean, there's a few interviews throughout the hearing. You can go back and watch. I don't know but you see some spooky people, man, like having a hard time answering questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, testify.
Like Oliver North? Like Oliver North?
I think that he knew he was good. It was so big, money and dead people, and then you're drugging Americans.
Yeah.
That's different than what this was. Just like they said, at least Richard Nixon got on the helicopter and flew off when he lost. Donald Trump didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
hey,
George W. Bush didn't
Yeah.
exactly win an election, either one, in my opinion.
He didn't.
Yeah.
But you see the sameness of what the Democrats have did. Like the Democrats have lost multiple elections when they have the popular vote, right? They don't go spaz out like this. So, but this behavior, it's remarkable. But when you hear the people testify, but they went along with it until January 6th when it got chaotic and they said, "Oh, fuck this shit." But they was cool with it up until gassing them people up to believe something that was totally false. Like they're all on camera, they're recording, their emails, and like this is a lie, but we're gonna run with it.
Right. Hillary Clinton did the same thing after the last election. I mean, there wasn't this big protest or whatever, but she was like, "There's no way this is, something's wrong, and and we have to recount this and recount that." That.
Guess what? But Mom, they recounted, and those people accepted it. I didn't vote for Hillary. I set that election out.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with President Trump challenging, just like Hillary or who the fuck ever, right? You see what I'm saying? But when you lie and you just caught everything, it was a lie. You came up with this fake shit. Now, this is hard for some people to believe that they just can't, they will still swear that somehow the Democrats cheated. This is all lies. And it's all coming out. But the thing is, control shit she didn't try to change shit. She just said, "Hey, is there an investigation? Investigation says I lost, okay." This motherfucker said, "Okay, investigation said I lost. Well, this is what we're gonna do." Boom, boom, bam. That's the hard part because for some reason there's a fraction of American society that just hates. I don't know if it's hates the government or hate people who don't look like them.
I hate the government. I hate the government.
Yeah, I get it if government bothers you, but 99% of the people, government don't bother them.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother them at all.
Well, 99% of the people are overworked and so busy, and they have families to take care of, and they have all this shit going on. So yeah, the government, what now? Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just not. It's not on their radar.
Yeah. Is that? But their relationship with government is just enough where they're not bitching and complaining. You know what I'm saying? Like a speeding ticket, their kids are going to school, blah, 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 blah. They had no problem paying their taxes.
Right.
Those, let's just say moderates, if you want to, when it comes to shit like that, boom, they're okay. But then there's some people who want to bullhorn, who want to scream and shout their beliefs and whatever, and then government really don't like those type of people. It's like, hey, calm down, right? If you think about it, right? That's everybody who does a march, from the Ku Klux Klan to the Boy Scouts to Black Lives Matter to I don't know,
Occupy, anti-war protest.
Yeah, exactly, right? Boom, boom. Those people, government can't stand because they're like, shit. If this shit gets too out of control, we're going to be at an imbalance, and we're not going to be able to function because government I don't believe, Mox, a lot of people really understand. Like, if you don't have a working government, then no one trades with us. All right? We don't get resources. We don't sell, export, whatever. Right? A lot of people just hate government just because of you can't do this, you can't do that. They don't look at the bigger picture of government. But the reason why government is getting bigger is because, to me personally, people are misbehaving more.
What does that mean?
Meaning, like gun violence, someone just steals your car, just bad actors.
The gun violence. How much of the gun violence is caused by the drug war? And if
but listen, if the drug war, meaning I have something, you want to buy it, you pay me, then I provide you that product, right? But it doesn't happen that way. Typically, down the line, someone's going to get jacked, get popped, get killed for it, right?
Well, it's all about territory. It's all about territory at that point.
Yeah, but at the same time, big government like America says, hey, you're the big boy, big girl program. Do what you want. We got capitalism, but right now it's illegal, so be your own capital. You go out there, be your own entrepreneur and be a drug seller and figure it out. And guess what? There's another entrepreneur that's up and coming that's going to try to take your shit. So that's really the drug war, and plus addiction. But if it was legal, that shit, people still be addicted to it. But they wouldn't be shamed as much. And they would probably be a lot more functional drug addict than what they are now, where they got to do it behind, in an alleyway or in the dark or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Like prostitution.
Well, there'd be a lot more people. There'd be a lot more people getting help before they got to that dark place.
Yeah, and understanding also. Like, I didn't know Uncle so and so was fucked up.
Right.
That type of shit, right?
Yeah.
Meaning, like, if we knew Uncle so and so had that issue, then us as a family and the resources, because it's legal, then maybe he wouldn't do so much by himself. So maybe when he comes over for Thanksgiving, he take his hit outside, on the back porch or something, and he comes in and he's not alienated or whatever the case may be. Just make it acceptable to where, hey, it's a freedom, it's a right.
It's not just that he's not alienated, it's that he's not a bad person. So many people look at them like, oh, that person's not good. I don't want him around my kids. He's not a bad person. He has this issue. And he's, he's got it. He's managing it. It's not like he's fucking in the street, living homeless and begging people for money. He's managing it. And hopefully one day he'll get over it. But he's not a bad person. Right now, drug addicts are evil fucking people. At least that's the way an awful huge percentage of the population views them.
Well, you know why that is? It's kind of like what I call a situation that people personally don't deal with is like closet gays, right? Like closet gays back in the day would be politicians. They would hate gays, or whatever the case. They would be pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to like whole drug shit, is a lot of these motherfuckers are just functional alcoholics or drug addicts or functional, heterosexual, what the fuck ever they are.
You're talking about politicians?
Yeah. And at a lower level, even mosques, it's in churches.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's a normal human thing to experiment with different substances. Figure out what you like.
Yeah,
it's just like food.
Yeah, but I've been to multiple churches.
Yeah.
Where the person speaking is a man, and let me tell you, with a $2 bill.
Okay, you said he's a man and what now?
But I said he's a man, but he's queer than a $2 bill. That's the old Southern thing. Yeah, that pastor, meaning not knocking him, but meaning you can tell by his demeanor that he's homosexual.
Yeah.
Because he's so feminine.
Yeah.
But he's got a wife. It's all fake. Got kids. It's all fake. Those are the ones who sit up in those establishments, rain hellfire down on everybody, tell everybody how to live. They're like politicians. Pay your taxes, and these motherfuckers got LLCs for every fucking thing.
Right.
Well, they ain't paying fucking taxes, right? So you have to pot calling and kettle black. And really, right now, it is so bad. It's just people just screaming down because a majority of America is like, dude, we don't care who you sleep with, whatever, what drug. No one really cares. But these people did everything, and they suffered because, monks, they couldn't do it in open like people can do it now. Okay, like a gay person can't go get married. You can't do that back in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, you couldn't do it in the 90s, dude. You couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly, yeah.
Barack Obama was elected in 2012, right? 2008. 2012. Barack Obama was elected in 2012. When he was elected, he said, I believe marriage is between a man and a woman, which means in 2012, you still couldn't, right, when it became politically beneficial, he changed.
You know what? I don't think that. I think he said that because he was speaking for America. But when he became the CEO, meaning when he got elected president, the bigger picture. Your country's top dog. Like, there's meaning if your country makes this statement, it can free people thousands of miles away in their government to be more lenient.
Yeah.
Okay? So, meaning that's the CEO decision. Personal decision is probably like, I really don't get it when whatever, same-sex people go at it. I don't understand it. Which most heterosexual men will say unless they're in a threesome with two girls, right? You know what I'm saying?
No.
So most heterosexual men will say, I don't get it. I don't get what two women get out of it. I certainly don't get what two men get out of it. Like, that's most heterosexual men's belief, but they don't really act on it. And I think that's what Obama was saying. Like, well, the numbers say X, Y, and Z, but when he got pulled in the room with the men with the smoky, when he got president, the men in the smoky room said, hey, come here, Barack, we got to talk to you real quick. X, Y, and Z. Oh, got it. Big picture. Boom. He changed. The same with Trump. Like, Trump talked a lot of shit. When Trump talked to the men in the smoky room, he kind of he toned the outside shit out, but he couldn't handle the inside, the in-state issues, like, you know, COVID, George Floyd, whatever else, you know, that shit in Charlottesville, Virginia. You know, like, he couldn't handle the shit in-house. He could handle the shit out, you know, on the outside, great. Obama handled the shit in-house pretty good, but if it was so good, then it never would have blown up when Trump took office, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you really got to understand, like, a really good president is not a team player. He's out there like, hey, you know, he's shucking and jiving. That's what he's doing. He's just doing a dance. He's shucking and jiving, you know,
Well, I just want to say that I think that Obama didn't do a good job, and that if he had done a good job, Hillary Clinton would have been a shoo-in in 2016. So
no, listen,
yeah,
you can't. Let me tell you why you can't say that. It's because America is not going to conform. Meaning, you're next in line. We don't go by a monarch.
Yeah, well, that's not what I'm saying, though.
But then her husband, and then on top of that, you got to look at, there's layers to why she didn't become president, and it's people like me who said I'm going to sit this election out because I don't like either one of them.
Yeah.
Why even go vote? I'm serious. My wife woke me up that morning. You know, in November, I just retired. My daughter just joined the Army. My oldest twin. The other one was in college. And I'm like, I'm not voting. And my wife said, okay. Came back, she went and voted, had a little sticker on her T-shirt. I voted.
Yeah.
And I sent that one out, and that night, I watched on the couch all night long when Trump won. Because I was calling. I'm like, this, like, America don't want this shit. You know, like, and then it worked out perfect. It really worked out perfect. Like, to me personally, the worst thing that ever happened in this country was Barack Obama being president because of the optics. It wasn't his policy; it was the optics, and that started. It started for 8 years. People who was on the fringes when it come to race, stomping around their house for 8 years, and their sons hearing that, you know, fuck that, you know, this dude's destroying the country, blah, blah, meaning this Democratic Party or whatever, destroying the country, Tea Party, destroying the country. We got to take our country back. All that never was said when any other president got elected. We got to take the country back. So it just opened those wounds, and then the fucker got reelected.
Yeah.
Got reelected. That was like the nail in the coffin, and then the gays could get married. Okay, and that's when they said, oh, shit, hell no. And then they just bombarded Hillary because most people in that situation that she was in, being popular as a politician, is take a leave of absence, retire. And when he's about to, you know, he got 2 years left, and he's going to build you up, and you're going to be the next Democratic candidate.
Yeah.
Right? First woman president. But because of how the Republicans really attacked her situation and this, and then you bring in that fuel to the fire of people just stomping because someone doesn't look like them answers for the country, you know, that was a big issue, and it still is to this day. And that's really why she lost. And then...
But it was close, and if Obama had done a better job as president...
I think it was 70,000 votes. I don't know. Obama couldn't fix that.
No, of course he could. If Obama had done a better job of president, people would not have wanted to switch parties. That's the only way that Donald Trump could have won.
Mom, there's no way, there's nothing that Barack Obama could have did get me to vote in that election. Knock on my door. This is what I'm saying. That's how turned off I was with my option. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so if I'm not going to buy the product...
What if he legalized cannabis nationwide, and then Hillary Clinton touted that? Like, look what our party did. Look what our leadership... Go ahead.
You know what? But that didn't happen.
No, it didn't. But you said he couldn't. You said he couldn't have done anything that would have made you vote.
No. What I'm saying, there's nothing that Barack Obama could have said on a speech to make me vote for Hillary Clinton because she was unpopular with me personally. She had a hell of a lot better resume than Trump.
Politically.
Personally, yes. But yeah, I would say financially too. But I would say this, that carried a lot of weight of big government. I'm a guy in the middle. I vote Democrat only when I have no other option, when the Republicans are just fucking ridiculous. Okay, I'm a gun owner, I'm a veteran, you know, we go to church, I got kids, boom, boom, bam. I take the fucking check mark. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
But if I see ridiculousness of the Republican Party, I'm not going to vote. Like, we got the dude voting now in Missouri who had the commercial where he's raiding a fucking house, killing rhinos. Yo, you see the commercial, right?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, just look up Missouri commercial, killing rhinos.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you. He was the governor of the state when I moved here and resigned because he tied his mistress up, blindfolded her, took a picture of her naked. You know where you know this story. A typical Republican, and threatened her. And he resigned because obviously the evidence was overwhelming. And now he's running for Senate.
Yeah.
And he has a big following.
Yeah.
So it just tells you that people are frustrated, and it's because people at the end of the day haven't did their job because of government has gotten too big, government hasn't big in the right way. Government's getting bigger on what you and I do, but government's giving big businesses free reign to save their money, hide their money, and everything, right?
Yeah.
And they don't pay taxes, and it's us who pay the taxes, and it's it's us who our kids go to school, and it could be a fucked up ass powdered egg breakfast, paying $1.45 for it, a day.
Yeah.
For your kid to eat breakfast because you go to work early. So you drop your kid off and you're paying $1.45 for powdered fucking milk, powdered eggs, and you're like, what the fuck? And just shit like that. Then if you don't have money to pay for your kid's food, your kid goes to school and they get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at lunch. Why am I paying taxes? What the fuck? You see what I'm saying? So, and that's children.
Right.
Tell you that government ain't taking care of children. They're not protecting them, obviously, with school shootings, but we give them that responsibility. So either one, we say, you know what, fuck you, we ain't paying nobody.
I say that every day, man. Fuck you, government.
Yeah, like we'll teach our own kids at home, and I'll save that money, and I ain't paying taxes for school. You start making that shit policy, that door's open. But the thing is, Moss, I don't think women with bachelors, with college degrees who are trained in a certain profession to teach children should have to be a armed guard. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be their fucking job.
Yeah, and it's not just women. It should, men also. I mean,
yeah.
But there,
teacher, bro.
There are a lot of men and women who would want to be able to protect those children in that position. So,
but the thing is, Mark, all it takes is one teacher to get mad at one student, kills that kid.
Yeah, I think that there's,
you see what I'm saying?
If you're going to be in a position of carrying a gun on a school, you should probably have to have some kind of counseling, psychiatric checkup twice a month.
You should not be a teacher. You should be like a guard. Listen, I was in the military. I know what guards do.
Yeah.
Okay, you observe stuff, you watch, you stay at your post, you pay attention. Anything pop off, you deal with it. That's it. You end up in there whether someone disagrees with a teacher and that kid's 7 or 8 or 9 years old and has a hard time because of his whatever he's going through in his life, the situation.
Yeah.
No, that bitch don't need no gun, he or she.
Yeah.
Teachers, no, we can't have that because they could be teachers who just don't like students. Like, I don't like Tommy,
And they're going to shoot him? And they're going to shoot him?
Well, you know what? Listen, man. You got people walking around right now in America every day with a gun on their hip, itching for a stand your ground case. Just want to claim a body, bro.
Right, but I mean, again, this is that psychological issue, and that if you were, having a regular psychological twice a month, if you're going to carry a gun in a school around kids. But I hear what you're saying also. I think that if you can separate the person who's carrying the gun away from having some kind of interpersonal relationships with the people that they're guarding.
That person has a job carrying a gun.
Yeah.
That's their job. The teacher is totally different.
Yeah. I agree.
That's the reason why you got, like NASCAR. You got drivers, you got spotters, you got, mechanics. You got a guy who just walks around with a jug of fuel and sticks it in your car, every time you come back to pit. That's his only fucking job. And he's fucking good at it. So let's keep it that way and get people that's really fucking good at understanding shit. And if that ain't, now listen, Mark, this is something I want to ask you since you're so anti-government. When you talk about the school shit.
Okay.
There was to where the schools were like, hey, listen, we need to monitor like your kid's social media.
Yeah.
How would you feel about that? Like as a parent, because obviously these parents don't know what their fucking kids are doing. They think they know, but they don't. Every time it happens, I didn't know. Well, it was a shock to me. Like they was the best mom and dad in the world.
Yeah. Well,
maybe we can,
Yeah.
Right? Challenge it, ain't it? That fucking decision right there is challenging because it's personal. right? It's your freedom.
You
But
know,
then with freedom and safety, complicated.
is freedom of, right to privacy. You know, we have a right to privacy, and I think that I don't think the government should be looking at people's social media, which it obviously is. I don't think the schools should be looking at social media. I think that other people, that are looking at social media, the problem is that we don't see these people as needing help. We don't care about people who need help. That's the problem with our country. Okay, I hear these people do a mass shooting, and then they're like, oh, I wonder if this person is crazy. Of course they're fucking crazy. Anybody.
But
That's just stupid. That's just stupid. If you're shooting
there's
people
so
that
many
you
ways
don't
to
know. Like at the Top Foods or whatever that place was in Boston or wherever that was, Buffalo. The shooting in Buffalo where the guy went in the grocery store and started shooting up a bunch of people. They're like, I wonder if this person's mentally ill. Of course he's fucking mentally ill.
It's retarded to think that black people going to replace him.
There you go.
No, Mom, listen. That's like someone knocking on his door and say, hey, Jimmy, I'm your mom and dad's son now. Bye-bye. Like, that's fucking crazy, right?
There is fucking crazy. Exactly.
But guess what? He got replaced because they was going to be in prison. I don't know if New York has the death sentence or not. I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
He's never going to have the baby.
Well,
he don't never reproduce.
Yeah.
So literally killed 10 people. And obviously he feels, well, my one life equals 10, so there you go.
He doesn't think, dude. Okay, you can't even begin to what it is he thinks. Well, obviously he thinks this. No, he doesn't think. His fucking brain is fucking broken. He doesn't think like you or I, and
his mom and dad raised him, and we need to hold these fucking parents accountable and shame them.
What we need to do is care. We need to have proper mental health services in this country.
Yes, but look though, what I'm getting at is that if someone's a bad parent, shame them, so all the other parents know not to be like that parent.
Look, if your kid's getting beat up at school and beat up at school and beat up at school, that's not necessarily the parent's fault. If the parent is working 2 jobs to try and pay the rent and make sure that the kid's not going hungry and he's got a new pair of tennis shoes, then it's not necessarily the parent's fault that he can't spend 3 hours a day with them, talking about what's happening in the world. There's a lot of. You can't just blame the parents.
This country don't do it that way. This country, unfortunately, puts everybody on the big boy, big girl program. Meaning, hey, you can get it. You have the gun. You can do this. You can do whatever you want. But if you fucked up, that's your ass.
Which is what they want.
Just like you're saying, but we don't do a good job by making policies. When I talk about policy models, who benefit all of America. These rich motherfuckers got plenty of money to pay for all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't talking about stealing from the rich to give to the poor, but just opportunity and fucking happiness where a man can go to bed and wake up in the morning and know that there's breakfast in the refrigerator for him to feed his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that type shit. We can't even do that shit right in this fucking country.
That's why I hate the government, man. It doesn't have priorities like that. It has priorities like sending $100 billion to the fucking Ukraine.
Yeah, because that makes money. Feeding your own just creates more competition. You see what I'm saying? Listen, we're a capitalist country. We don't want competition. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. No competition, man.
Look, we got to have priorities. We're not helping people who need help in this country, and then we're giving the military-industrial complex another $500 billion.
Yeah.
you know.
But that's what we do.
But it shouldn't be.
Hey,
It shouldn't be
I'm
what we
sorry.
do, should it?
You know what we should do, Mox? Real talk. Teach every young man how to be a man, right? And woman should have a boyfriend. 6 times a month, he should hook her up.
You need to say that again. What this country should do, or what you need to say that whole thing.
Okay.
You were kind of fading in and out there. Can't hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me speak up. I'm sorry. What I said was we should make every man be able to have a job, right?
Yeah.
And every woman to be able to have a man. Or whatever you want, partner-wise.
Yeah.
Boom, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm heterosexual. I'm just going to tell you, you know what I'm talking about. And that woman, that man's got a good job. He works, he provides, he protects, he defends the way a young lion should. But you know what? 4 times a month, that woman should get her, her just due. She should get hooked up. Meaning 8 hours a month.
I know her four times a month,
That's the least.
and she should get what now?
8 hours.
8 out.
Be law. If meaning she can call cops on your ass, come get you.
You know what?
7 days.
I'm all about that. So you don't have to convince me.
Yeah. Straight up.
My favorite
Now,
thing.
that right there cause all these men hating in the streets, just shooting shit up. You know what I'm saying? Just being dumb. Nah.
Because they're not.
It's Wednesday, you got to eat pussy. Go on.
Because they're not eating enough pussy. That makes them all tense and angry.
You know what my nickname was in high school, Mom?
No.
Sweet mouth.
What now?
Sweet mouth. I ain't lying. I be walking down the hallway, be like, "Hey, sweet mouth, sweet mouth." Yeah. I ain't lying, bro, because, I like black girls, and I hooked a few of them up. Word got out. And the brothers back in the 90s, in the early 90s, they do all that. I'm rich, so, hey, I was over there.
I don't know. I thought that was just like some kind of, some kind of
honestly,
racist
no
bullshit.
Idea,
that black men don't eat pussy. Is that true?
Well, what I'm going to tell you is, true. Fact.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Sweet mouth. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, look, I got into a big argument with this guy one time. I told him that I wouldn't marry a woman that wouldn't suck my dick. And he's like, "Oh, that's some kind of like I'm a bad person because that's what I think." I'm just like, yeah, well, that's just the fact. I mean, but I'm not gonna marry anybody anyways. But that's the fact, Jack. I wouldn't even consider for 1 second.
Hey, Mom, I've dated 2 girls who didn't like oral sex. Meaning, me hook them up, and I just couldn't be with them.
There you go.
Nope.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, look. Sorry. Meaning it was just like, I'm not down. I'm like, oh, wow, really? Yeah, you breaking fucking news. And throughout my 20-year career in the military, I came across 2 of them.
Wow.
I'm like, no shit. They're like, but I don't know why. But that was just like, I did it, and one just looked at me like, I don't get it. She said, I don't get it. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But hey, we kicked it for a long time, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah. Well, I
kind of like, yeah.
I hear someone say like, oh, I don't like it when, I don't get anything out of it when you play with my tits. I'm just like, all right, let's get the clothespins out and see what you don't get anything out of it. You're about to get something out of it.
You bring the fly swatter out too, huh?
Oh man, I don't need a fly swatter. Just lick my fingers, and go.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah,
calm down.
I don't need a fly swatter.
Y'all in there. But yeah, but how the fuck did we get on this topic? But no, but listen, look, about presidents and CEOs, I feel that your average 99% of Americans, they don't really grasp that job, and they hate whoever is in that position 9 times out of 10, right? Half the country hates you, right? Whoever in that position. So there's nothing you could ever do to please anybody.
Got to be more than half.
The Americans.
Got to be more than half.
But what's funny is those people who vote you in don't understand that you're just a representative of, meaning the voice for the American people.
A figurehead.
Right? You're
a figurehead.
Really a figurehead. That's it. And I think that's what happened with Barack Obama. A lot of people felt uncomfortable with a black man speaking for the country, and then he got reelected. And then the gay thing got voted in the Supreme Court. Boom, right? So we know what's going to happen this week or next week. Supreme Court's going to throw out Roe v. Wade or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Or whatever. Then you know what's next. You see what's going on in Texas. Gay marriage is going to be gone. And motherfuckers got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They got to figure it out, bro. And that's where it's like, well, government. Okay, well, if one state says yes to something, and one state says no, then take your dollars to another fucking state if you really want freedom. Because you kind of see that with weed. Like when Colorado popped off, and a lot of people moved to Colorado, right? Just for fucking freedom.
Yeah, right.
Like, I am, boom. So if, like, I know you paid attention to what happened in Texas where they pretty much voted that Joe Biden is an illegitimate president and gays, homosexual shit is abnormal, it's not natural. Okay, so pretty much what's going to happen is all those motherfuckers leave your state. You'll get more people in there that believe the way you do, but unfortunately, there's more people who you're voting against that got money that can leave than people who can move in your state. Because a lot of the motherfuckers who believe the way they believe just po-ass people, and they old.
Right.
They old. They're not people like our age, which is we're Gen X, right? You're a Gen X?
I don't know, honestly. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, I'm 46 or whatever, right? So I'm fucking Gen X.
Yeah.
So I have to unfuck the baby boomers. My generation really doesn't care about race, and my generation don't care about whatever, whoever you fuck. We get it, whatever, right? Because we grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
For Flashdance, Pat Benatar, fucking Thriller, The Purple Rain.
MTV. And the MTV generation.
And Police, whatever. Boy George. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Period. Right? That's how we grew up, that age group as a teenager or maybe a young child or whatever, or in your early 20s. And these old motherfuckers is like, man, this shit's, this is just too fast. And so they fund all this shit because they get all the fucking money.
Yeah.
And at the end, they're the ones fucking people like my generation of just policy. Like, well, shit, we might not have Social Security in 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm not even fucking drawing it. What the fuck? But I've been paying in it. So but for some reason they're hell bent on a few of their topics, mocks, and I think numero uno, number one is this race. It don't make no fucking sense. Why people would vote against their own interests. I have no idea why.
They're confused. They don't. It's the whole thing is extremely confusing. This is why I despise the government, is because these people want. They want a good government. They want to participate. They want to do the right thing. And they're not given an option other than to vote for evil, And it's really sad that the people don't have that. Either they can be like, I'm not going to vote. I'm going to just stay home. This is stupid, which a huge percent of the American people do at this point. Or they
it's not tax money, though.
Or they can vote, for, evil. So why would people want to participate in that?
But this is the thing, though, Mark. You got to look at those districts. You got to look at them like literally individuals. No one has time to do that. But the districts where there's landowners, a family physically pays property tax compared to a tenant who just pays rent.
Yeah.
Those homeowners have a lot more power. People who live in apartments or what the fuck ever, right? You see what I'm saying?
Politically, they have more power.
Yeah, because they, since they own property, their kids go to that district until they graduate.
Right.
So they have that relationship. Their church, same. Now, if you're a tenant, you stay in, you may live there 3 years, move, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Right.
You're trying to figure life out.
Yeah.
Right? You're really, and if you got a kid, okay, your kid's gonna bounce around. Hey, good fucking luck with that. But if you're a homeowner and you're a taxpayer, and that's the only way you're a taxpayer. I know people go pay taxes and on their tags and whatever, but unless you own property, you're really not a taxpayer. I mean, you pay taxes on that comes out of your check, right? But those taxes you pay, what really affect your local surroundings. And you look around, people who own property, better schools, better police department, no issues, right? And you start stacking people on top of each other, 2,000 or 3,000 people in an apartment complex. You got all that negative energy and people just fucking trying to figure life out, man. And they've been there for decades, and all that negative fucking energy, then you create chaos.
Yeah.
And that's really what control politically is because since they don't own property, they don't bring no value to the table, meaning money-wise. Meaning if I'm a landowner, which I am, and if your car hits my fence, bitch, you owe me some money. That's my property. If you ain't owning shit, you're irrelevant. They've taken a lot more of that away from people with Blackstone and, or BlackRock. I'm sorry, that financial company and shit that's just buying up all these fucking real estate shit. Don't get ugly, Mark. But that's all I got to say. I didn't mean to hold you up, boss.
No, I'm always glad to hear from you, and I'm glad that we got to talk a little bit longer than usual, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hope you have a good time at Magic Mountain. Is that where you say you're going?
No. Magic Mountain is what Tanisha's going to ride tonight. We're going to Six Flags tomorrow.
Will you tell Ty Mike says hi? And I hope you have a good time at Six Flags. I hope you have a good time at Six Flags and Magic Mountain.
Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, that's the tough little climb to know what I ain't going to get. Nah, I got you. Take care, boss.
Okay, stay cool, bro. And that's our buddy Two Bronze Star Brandon. Okay, so I'm going to play a video about gas prices, and I'm going to go heat up my tea, and I'll be back, and we'll have a bong hit. And then I'm going to tell you about the vision that I had last night, which is a regular experience. I have visions all the time. But last night was special. I'll be right back. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's always better when you're here.
Good evening. Welcome to Washington. I'm Brett Baer. Breaking tonight, President Biden calls for a federal gas tax holiday, again blaming Vladimir Putin for skyrocketing prices and urging oil industry executives, along with mom and pop gasoline stations, to cut their prices and their profits. The president desperately trying to deal with record gas prices as he struggles with the highest inflation rates in more than 40 years and his own dipping approval ratings. Meanwhile, the head of the Federal Reserve is directly contradicting the president about the main driver behind that inflation. White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich starts us off tonight live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening to you, Brett. For now, rebate cards are out and a federal gas tax holiday is in. President Biden's problem, key Democrats don't see the point.
I fully understand that a gas tax holiday alone is not going to fix the problem, but it will provide families some immediate relief
President Biden wants Congress to suspend the federal gas tax for 90 days to bring down prices at the pump, but evidently didn't nail down lawmaker support before making the public plea. And Congress is lukewarm. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi writing, "We'll see where the consensus lies on a path forward." Democrat Senator Joe Manchin indicated the votes may not be there at all, telling ABC,
"I'm not a yes right now, that's for sure."
Even if Congress gets on board, there's nothing to keep oil companies from keeping the extra cash.
I call on the companies to pass this along, every penny of this 18-cent reduction to the consumers. There's no time now for profiteering.
Suspending the federal gas tax would cost $10 billion in revenue that typically goes to highway maintenance. The National Association of Manufacturers called it a step backward after Biden passed the bipartisan infrastructure law. The Committee for a Responsible Budget saying it will actually make inflation worse.
This is a total gimmick. At best, this is going to reduce the inflation rate over the next 3 months by 0.1%. And then as soon as the holiday is over, it's actually going to make inflation even worse than if there was no holiday at all.
In front of a screen playing images of war coverage in Ukraine, President Biden again blamed high prices on Vladimir Putin.
So for all those Republicans in Congress criticizing me today for high gas prices in America, are you now saying we were wrong to support Ukraine? Are you saying we were wrong to stand up to Putin?
But the Federal Reserve chairman doesn't agree.
Would you say that the war in Ukraine is the primary driver of inflation in America?
No, inflation was high before, certainly before the war in Ukraine broke out.
And Team Biden doesn't have a direct response to that.
How do you square that? Is he wrong?
I didn't hear what he said on that, but I think most people acknowledge that the price of fuel is a big driver of inflation. And in fact, they have put large percentages on it.
Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm said tomorrow she'll be asking oil executives to pass on the savings to consumers if the federal gas tax is suspended. But she said that she understands people's mistrust with an honor system. President Biden will not be in that meeting, even though he called for it and stoked antagonism yesterday, calling one of the CEOs sensitive for complaining his administration's policies hampered production. Brett.
Jackie Heinrich, live in the North Lawn. Jackie, thank you. Stocks were down today. The Dow lost 47. The S&P 500 finished off 5. The Nasdaq fell 16. Let's bring in energy industry analyst Kevin Book. Kevin, thanks for being here.
Right, good to see you.
Yeah, so this federal gas tax holiday, a lot of critics up on Capitol Hill. Don't even know if it's going to get through. Roughly 18 cents a gallon. How do you see this?
Well, 18 cents a gallon for 90 days, that works out to about 5/100ths of 1% of disposable personal income relief. And what we've seen is about 1.9% increase in the gasoline share of disposable income over President Biden's term. So it is a small thing relative to the gains so far. I think for some people in some places it might matter. But ultimately, you don't balance markets by making it easier to consume. It's painful, but markets balance on price.
Okay, speaking of price, national average of gas prices today, $4.96 a gallon. A week ago, it was $5.01, so a little bit down. A month ago, $4.59. A year ago, $3.07. But it's jumped exponentially. And when you hear the president on these leases for oil companies, I'm going to play a soundbite here where he brings up the leases that they have already. Take a listen.
Oil and gas industry is sitting on nearly 9,000 unused but approved permits. Families can't afford that companies sit on their hands.
They have over 9,000 leases. 9,000. They can drill so the hell won't have it.
They have 9,000 leases. 9,000 leases on public land. And they should either use it or lose it.
Okay, so it's a talking point. He says it all the time, Kevin. For somebody sitting at home saying, wait, what about these companies? Are they just taking these profits? Can the prices shoot up that fast? And what's the difference between leases and permits and what these companies are doing?
A lease is a contract with the government, Brett. You have an opportunity, you have an option, but not an obligation to drill. If you apply for a permit, then you have another option, but you don't have to use it. Not all leases are on land that you want to drill on. Not all permits are on top of the most what oil industry experts would call prospective areas in an area. So you don't necessarily see the drilling just because you have leases and permits. You continue leasing, you continue granting permits, you get more options, you get more production.
Has this administration made it tougher for oil companies to produce?
Well, in general, being told that you have a short lifetime as an industry is bad because the funding that comes from Wall Street is concerned about stranded asset risk, the idea that putting money into the ground today won't come out tomorrow. So that can be a big deterrent.
Meantime, Russia is making a killing. New York Times here. Western move to choke Russia's oil exports boomerangs for now. China and India, the world's most populous countries, have swooped in to buy roughly the same volume of Russian oil that would have gone to the West. Oil prices are so high that Russia is making even more money now from sales than it did before the war began 4 months ago. And its once flailing currency has surged in value against the dollar. In fact, it's one of the highest rising currencies in the world. What about that? None of that worked at the beginning.
Well, we're working at cross purposes with ourselves. The West in general is import reliant. And so when you're an import reliant economy, cutting off the supply of the thing you need is going to drive it up in price. That means more for the seller, and it also means more pain for the buyer.
So being an industry analyst, as you look at the picture here, we are probably dealing with high gas prices for a long time?
Yeah, structurally, we're cutting off Russia's oil from the world. There's no immediate replacement, so it's going to take some time. And also, refinery capacity is down, not up. It takes time to build that, too.
When you hear the Energy Secretary say this, I'm going to play the soundbite. Okay. There's some nice pictures, but the Energy Secretary said this. Hold on.
As long as our nation remains overly reliant on oil and fossil fuels, we'll feel these price shocks again. The only way out of these boom and bust cycles is to break that sole reliance, and that means diversifying our fuel sources by deploying clean energy.
Aren't they saying really what the goal is there?
Yeah, it is a goal, but it's a long-term goal, Brett. We have 2 million, a little more than 2 million electric vehicles on the roads, 270 million vehicles. That's the fleet you have to replace. That's a 20-year process at best. That's not a tomorrow solution.
Okay. Kevin, as always, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
All right, so let's see. Last night, I was watching this movie, Colossal. It has Anne Hathaway in it. Where is it? Right there, Colossal. I was watching that last night. And it's a very different movie, right? It's like, it's a monster movie, right? But I haven't seen one like it before. It was it was unique in a way. And it has Anne Hathaway, and for some reason I like Anne Hathaway. I haven't figured out why yet, but I do. But like I said, it's a monster movie. You can see that in the trailer here, and I found it interesting. Anyways, in the middle of the movie, right? I'm watching the movie, and I get to, like, I don't know, about halfway through, and I go, I'm going to go have a bong hit, right? So I pause the movie, and I go upstairs to the studio. I keep the bong in the studio. And there's a window at the top of the hallway, at the end of the hallway where the studio is, and I look out the window, and directly across the street is a coyote, right? It's standing directly across the street, and it's just standing there, right? And it was the prettiest coyote I ever seen. It looked like it had just been brushed. It looked like it was like huggable coyote, right? Most coyotes are kind of scroungy looking, you know, like they haven't had a bath in their entire life. Duh. But this was just pretty. It looked like it had just been brushed. It had a big fluffy tail. And it's just standing there, right? And I'm thinking, you know, if I hadn't decided to have a bong hit right at this moment, I would have missed this, you know? And the coyote is standing there across the street, and I'm looking out the window at him, and the coyote looks to the left on the street, and then it looks to the right on the street, and it's just like, you know, what's down there, and then he looks back to the left, and like, what's down there, and then he decides to go off to the right, and it was awesome. I love nature, you know, I love seeing nature. Anyways, I was watching this movie when I saw it, and if you want it was a different kind of movie. It was a monster movie, but I hadn't actually seen one like it before. So there you go. Anyways, as I was saying, I saw a coyote last night, and it really touched me on the inside. I was like, again, if I hadn't decided to have a bong hit right at that moment, right exactly at that moment, I never would have seen it. And that always fascinates me, how, you know, if you don't do, it's like this synchronicity thing, you know, if you don't do this right at the right moment, just as the right way, all these things don't happen, you know. The Police made a song called Synchronicity, and one of the lines in Synchronicity of the song was, if you act like you think, the missing link. And synchronicity, one of the aspects of synchronicity is that if there's something that you want to make happen, and then you move the direction of this thing that you really want to make happen, you begin to take steps that direction, right? Other pieces of the puzzle will fall in place to make it happen, just because this is what you're trying to make happen. And synchronicity is helping all the pieces fall into place to make that happen. So I love synchronicity, and if you have a chance, you might want to think about it, or learn about it and understand it a little better, because I believe it really is a force of, like, nature, how nature has these forces of nature. You know, I believe it's a force like that, like gravity, you know, this thing, synchronicity. Look it up, people. All right, so now I have one video left about Hunter Biden's laptop. It's like 2 minutes long. I'm going to play it. I'm going to heat up the bong. I'm going to have my last bong hit. I'm out of bong hits. Am I out of bong hits? I'm out of bong hits, which means I have to go press some more bong hits. Because why not? Because I can. All right, so I'm going to play this video about Hunter Biden's laptop. Then I'm going to heat up the bong. Then I'm going to have a nice big fat bong hit. And then, if there's no callers, we'll call it a night. So, video about Hunter Biden's laptop. And I'll heat up the bong, so if you care to join me, now's the time to get ready.
Republican senators say they're struggling to get answers from the Department of Justice about potential conflicts of interest in the Hunter Biden case.
Kayla Gaskins has the latest from our nation's capital. Republican lawmakers want confirmation Hunter Biden is not getting special treatment from federal lawmakers. The DOJ apparently doesn't want to answer. A newly released letter signed by Senators Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson sent to U.S. Attorney David Weiss, who is handling Hunter Biden's criminal case, demands to know if a prosecutor with ties to Hunter Biden has been recused from the case.
Now, around here, we refer to seeing that the laws are faithfully executed as the constitutional responsibility of oversight of the Congress of the United States.
Concerns center around attorney Nicholas McQuaid, who worked with Hunter Biden's criminal attorney until the Biden administration hired him in 2021. The May 9th letter reads, in light of Mr. McQuaid's clear conflicts in the Hunter Biden investigation, Attorney General Garland's silence draws serious suspicion and has cast a cloud over the investigation, a cloud that could easily be removed if the Justice Department showed a modicum of transparency.
The most recent letter from Grassley and Johnson is the fourth in a series of similar letters to the DOJ demanding answers about McQuaid's involvement in the Hunter Biden case. None of the letters received the answers
answers the senators were looking for. Although addressed to Weiss, the response to the May letter came from Acting Assistant Attorney General Peter Hunn, who wrote that department attorneys receive training in ethics and professional responsibility. The response stopped short of confirming if McQuaid had been recused.
The response doesn't really seem out of line with past practices. But look, I think it's fair to say Hunter Biden isn't a typical defendant.
A federal investigation into Hunter Biden's taxes as well as his international business dealings continues. The DOJ has yet to bring formal charges against Hunter Biden, but if Republicans succeed in winning majorities in Congress in this year's midterm elections, they promise increased scrutiny of the president's son. In Washington, Kayla Gaskins, KOMO News.
Ready? Here we go. Hello, caller.
Yeah, what up? What's that?
Same as it ever was.
What's that?
You having fun?
Yeah, bro, I'm doing all right, bro. How you doing?
All right. You said you were having some weekend out with some hot babe.
I mean, with this coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't.
Yeah, I thought so. Thought you said you're going to be hanging out.
Yeah, it went great.
Good.
I hang out with hot babes every week, bro.
Lucky.
That's how I do, bro. I'm a young bull out there, killing it, flexing. That's how I do.
That's awesome, dude. I'm really glad to hear that.
Thanks, bro. How you doing? Glad to hear you're out here.
Did you see the video, the movie I was just talking about?
Which one was that? Remind me quickly.
It's called Colossal. It's up on the screen right now. No,
I haven't seen it. I love a good horror movie.
It's a monster movie, but it's got like this comedy kind of edge to it. It's really dark, but it's got like this comical kind of thing going on at the same time.
You know me, dude. There's not enough good comedy horror out there.
That's what you were just saying. That's why when I was watching it, I was thinking of you. I was like, man, I gotta tell Pete, and then, but you don't call for like 2 weeks at a time. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to tell Pete forever. I'm not gonna remember. And then here you are. I was like, hey, look at that. Speaking of synchronicity.
Well, they also have What We Do in the Shadows. Or, no, not What We Do in the Shadows.
I've heard that's an excellent series.
It's a good series, but it's based on the movie, which was even better. What was the name of the movie? Look it up, people, if you're interested. But it's fantastic, and it's all based on Evil Dead. You know, if you've never seen Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2 in particular, I mean, go fucking watch that fucking movie. I mean, that's the best horror comedy that's ever existed. And in fact, what I've been doing is actually there's a lot of good survivor horror video games out there.
Really?
You know, you can actually video games where it's like it's like 8 characters, and depending on the decisions that you make in the game, they can either all live or all die, right? So, and it's very interesting. Check those out. The Quarry. I actually played a game called The Quarry.
on PlayStation. Very good, very good. Check that shit out. If
Right
you're
on.
a video game fan.
All right, is there shooting in that game?
Not purely. It's like watching a movie.
Huh.
You pretty much watch a movie, and the characters,
Yeah.
you know, make decisions, and you make decisions for them, and see how it plays out. It's like a choose your own adventure type of thing.
Yeah. Sounds pretty cool.
It is. It's great. Fantastic. Hey, man.
Yeah, man.
Joe Biden was riding that bike. That wasn't Joe Biden. That was a double.
I think that that's entirely possible.
It was not Joe Biden. It was clearly a more fit, younger man riding that bike. For what reason? I don't know. There's no political reason why we would want to make our president look weak and crash a bike, but it's just a fun theory to spread.
It's not make him look weak. It number one, it makes him look strong because he bounces back from it quickly, and number two, it raises this sympathy issue. Right? It raises this,
right.
Our poor president, gosh, I hope he's okay,
It's so funny because you know what? A lot of people will take that perspective.
Yeah.
And go, oh, our poor president. You know what? He's great. I love how he bounces back. a lot of people, look at this old motherfucker trying to look slick on a bike and he falls. He's pathetic. Like in Russia, can you imagine Putin doing this kind of shit? Like, oh my God, forget it. Like Putin fights bears and shit. They would never have Putin falling off a fucking bike. This is we can't have our president falling off a bike on the fucking news. This is disgraceful. Get it off the news. We look weak. Get it out of here. Holy shit, we're on the fucking news.
I think.
Gotta look at this shit.
I don't know how America looks anything but weak after the last fucking 20 years, dude. Honestly, I just don't.
Yeah, well, especially with fucking Joe Biden. Holy shit. I mean, we've got a delusional grandfather as our fucking president.
Well,
holy fuck, God help us all.
It's not that so much that he's delusional as that he's suffering from dementia and doesn't really, I mean, he doesn't know what's happening.
He's right pickings for the bankers and the corporate scumbags and the military. They just salivating at this old man. They just, oh, Joe, can you give us a break here? Can you give us some legislation? What do you say, Joe?
It's worse than that, though. Is that Joe? We've been friends for 20. How long have we been friends? 20 years, 30 years.
Oh, yeah, Joe. You know me, Joe. We never do you wrong, Joe.
We've been taking care of each other forever.
Hey, Joe, you know I'll get your back, buddy. I never do you wrong. Hey.
Horrible.
Oh, it makes me sick. Oh, it's so fun.
We gotta find something else to talk about, huh? I'm just thinking this isn't doing anybody any good unless it's for venting or something, but it's not I don't know, it just seems like adding negativity as opposed to talking about the beautiful things in the world. Did you hear I said I saw a coyote last night?
Coyotes, man. I hate coyotes.
Oh, it was beautiful, dude. It's the most huggable, kissable looking coyote I ever seen in my life.
Oh, they're so cute and adorable.
No, they're scroungy and rabid looking, but this one didn't look that way.
Yes. Cute. They're the cutest little things in the world. You know what they like to do, Michael? Is they like to play friends with your pet, your little pet dog.
Yep.
Lure them out into the woods.
Yep.
And then the pack, pretty much eats them. I grew up in New England where there's fucking coyotes everywhere. I used to go to sleep where there was, I used to listen to packs of coyotes having howling matches back and forth all night.
Right on.
So I used to go to sleep, ooh, and the other pack would go, ooh, even louder, and they go, ooh. It would drive me fucking insane.
It sounds
I couldn't
awesome.
sleep. No, it's not awesome.
Sounds
I fucking
awesome.
hate coyotes.
I would love it.
I fucking hate them.
I can't hate nature, but this one wasn't like that. I was really surprised. Usually I see them together. I don't usually see them apart and on their own as individuals. And this one was just roaming. And I think that in my yard, in my neighborhood, I don't think that they're so much messing with the puppies as they're hunting cats. There's missing cat signs everywhere in my neighborhood.
Yeah, they're kind of bad. These are no fun.
How hot is it there? I heard it's hot there.
It's beautiful, bro.
Right on.
Beautiful.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, I'm going to Virginia this weekend.
With that girl?
Yeah, bro. We're going to Williamsburg, Virginia.
It sounds like a pretty cool week. Is it just the weekend?
Yeah, bro.
Sounds awesome. It's right on the river, you were saying?
Yeah, man. There's like old colonial Williamsburg. And then there's also Busch Gardens, which is dope as fuck. So that's going to be cool. Ride some roller coasters, man. You like roller coasters?
I used to love roller coasters. There was one here at the Seattle Center, and it was like from the World's Fair. It was made out of wood, and it was like this special roller coaster designer came in, an Italian roller coaster designer, and it was like one of the very few wooden roller coasters left in the United States. I used to ride that fucker all the time. I loved that thing.
I remember you told me that, yeah. That's cool, man.
It was one of the first things I found when I moved to Seattle. I found a lot of cool stuff. And then I found that and I was like, oh man, I do like roller coasters. I really do. I haven't been on one since that one, but and I don't know what happened to that one. Hopefully it found a good home, but it's not in the center anymore.
I fucking love roller coasters, man. That's my thing. I've been around the country at this point, riding roller coasters. It's fun.
Did you hear Brandon say he's going to Six Flags tomorrow?
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I'm salivating to hear where he's going.
Yeah.
I've been to the one in New Jersey, but he lives in where? California, right?
No, he's in Missouri. He's going to St. Louis. St. Louis Six Flags.
Ah, shit. I don't know how that is.
Huh?
I've been to the one in Jersey, and I've been to the one in Massachusetts.
Where's the one in Jersey?
The one in Jersey is badass. It has the tallest roller coaster in the world. It's fucking sick. Tallest, and I think it's one of the fastest. It goes like from 0 to 123 miles per hour in like 3.5 seconds or something like that. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking fast, dude. That's really fucking fast.
Yeah, literally, I thought my contact lenses were gonna fucking come out of my eyeballs. It was insane.
My dad grew up in Tom's River. You know where that is?
No.
No. He had my half sister owns a bar. You know where Seaside Heights is? Seaside Heights Boardwalk.
No.
Well, that's a place you want to check out.
You act like I'm a local. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Well, you're East Coast. A lot of people go there to Seaside Heights Boardwalk. You're talking about liking that environment. You should look it up. It's a pretty cool place.
Okay, continue.
I'm just saying. You're looking for roller coasters and stuff to go to. That one sounds close. Isn't New Jersey closer to you than Virginia?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are you driving into Virginia?
No, I'm flying.
That'll make it a
Not
little
happy
easier.
about that.
Not happy?
Was not happy about flying. But it was going to be like $650 to take a fucking train. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Why don't you drive, man? Why don't you just drive?
It's going to be like a fucking 10-hour drive.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's what I said. I thought it would be faster to drive to Virginia. I was like, are you serious?
You said it cost $600 for the train?
Yes. I couldn't believe it.
That's not right.
That's what I said. Yes.
That makes no sense.
Man, I'm not the travel manager. I'll leave that to my friend. She's the expert.
Huh. Well, don't you have a bunch of air miles or something?
Nope.
What?
I fucking hate flying, dude.
Oh.
I hate it.
Well, I guess it beats a 10-hour drive, though.
Yeah, I'll do that to ride some of the fucking sickest roller coasters in the world. They only have 8 roller coasters there. Busch Gardens, Virginia.
Only.
But they have, like, some record-breaking shit. Like, they got one roller coaster called the Loch Ness Monster where it's, like, 2 loops where it's, like, you go one loop and then that one loop directly goes right into the other loop.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Is there other stuff there that you like? That you know of?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every roller coaster there is like record-breaking or groundbreaking to some degree.
Yeah, no, I meant like besides the roller coasters, is there something else that you look forward to at the Busch Gardens or like generally at the amusement type parks besides the roller coasters?
No, I want a roller coaster. I want to ride roller coasters, and I want my stomach to go into my throat. And you know, my friend wants to, you know, see some animals and some shit. You pet some sheep. That'll be fun.
Well,
We're gonna
good.
go to some bars, some restaurant, maybe some water parks.
Right on. It sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah, bro, you gotta live it up, you know.
While you can.
That's what's up.
You got some good weed? Can you take weed on the plane? Is weed legal there?
Dude, you know what? That you mentioned that. That's all I've been thinking about is bringing shit on a plane. I you know, I'm gonna go with the edibles. I'm just gonna try to bring a shit ton of edibles.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
You know, the dogs are not like you know, edible sniffing dogs at the airports. They're just bomb sniffing dogs. So,
I think if you make,
you can get.
are you still making the edibles?
Get away with, oh yeah.
No, I mean, are you still making them out of gummies?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I think the gummies are going to be very, very difficult to detect. But what were you saying?
That's what I hear. Yeah. I want so bad to bring a vape pen, but I will be immediately arrested if I try to do it.
I don't know if you'd be immediately arrested, but you have the potential to be immediately
very easily detected. Like if they see some kind of little fucking weird device like a vape pen, that fucking freaks security out immediately. From what I hear, I don't know. Not a good idea.
Well, so it's not legal then, huh? At the Virginia.
Legalities. We're talking legalities, Michael. I don't know. But little mechanical devices.
No, I meant in Virginia.
They're like a little vape pen. They think it's an explosive immediately. They're like, get the fuck out of here. You're not bringing that
Yeah,
on
well,
right away.
They can catch fire, and it's difficult to put them out.
But I want to bring my vape pen to Virginia and ride roller coasters.
Well, then you should bring your vape pen to Virginia, man.
But they're not going to let me.
Well, are you checking luggage?
Bring my sweet, sweet THC oil.
Are you checking luggage?
I want to get high and ride roller coasters.
Are you checking luggage, or are you just going with carry-on?
Carry on, baby. One bag.
Well, I think it's, well, a vape pen's going to be hard not to be scanned or whatever, so.
Should I go for it? Should I just go for it? What's the worst that's going to happen? They take it away? I live in Massachusetts.
Right, it's legal there, so I would.
I'll go for it.
I am not here to advise you legally.
What's the word? They're not gonna kick me off the flight. They'll take my cartridge.
I thought you said they would arrest you immediately on the spot. That's what you just said 2 minutes ago.
Well, I live in Massachusetts. Well, I'm being paranoid. See, my weed paranoia is kicking in here. No, I live in Massachusetts. It's legal. It's legal technically. I could just be like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot. I didn't realize it was in my bag."
Yeah,
I could just say stupid, right?
See, I think that I would go with that. But the problem is that stupidity is not an excuse. So
I will play stupid. I'm going for it.
I want you to have your vape pen as much as anybody, Pete.
I'll let you know how it goes, dude. I'm going for it.
I also want you to get there safely.
Fuck the TSA. They can suck my dick.
I agree with that 100%. While they're searching you, they should drop to their knees and suck your dick right there in front of everybody so everyone knows just how special you are.
I mean, Jesus Christ, they gotta practically degrade me. I gotta take my fucking shoes off.
Fucking ridiculous.
Walk through this fucking X-ray with my fucking arms held up. Oh, no, I'm one of the good ones. Oh, fuck you, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Let me bring my fucking vape card off the fucking plane, you cocksuckers.
What's that kids show or the kid game where it's like touch your finger to your nose? It's like mother says or whatever, and then you don't say fuck. Now hold your arms out. Now touch your toes.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Dude, they did that shit to the guy in front of me. Literally, I was behind them, and I looked so frustrated. And the TSA lady in front of me, she saw how fucking frustrated I was, and she just fucking waved me through. She's like, you know what? This guy, I can already tell this guy's gonna be a problem, and he just wants to get on his flight. He's fine. He's not a terrorist. And she fucking waved me through, and I got right on my fucking flight. That's all you gotta do is stand there and fucking fold your arms and act frustrated. You'll get right through quickly.
And if
I definitely pulled my fucking white privilege card too. You got to be white. If you're not white, it's not going to work.
If there is a problem, Pete, you just start yelling about how you're not a terrorist. I'm not a terrorist.
I'm not. I just want to get on my flight.
Fuckers, get out of my way.
I have a meeting at 9:00.
I got a roller coaster calling my name.
When you start yelling some white people shit, you'll get fucking right on that.
Well, that's really cool, man. I'm glad you're looking forward to some excellent R&R. You sound like you're really looking forward to it, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm finally on vacation for like 5 days. I'm fucking stoked.
You already started?
I started today.
Sounds good.
That's why I'm in rare form. I'm fucking like 6 cocktails deep already. Ooh.
What kind of edibles are you making?
I'm making, you know what, man? I get to the point where I got my cannabis and I'm doing a grain alcohol tincture.
Nice.
I use it and then I get like super concentrated grain alcohol.
Yeah.
And then usually from there, like you reduce it,
right?
And then add and then make edibles with it. But I'm just too lazy, so I usually come home and I just take a little tiny shot of like super crazy infused grain alcohol, and that's kind of what I do, you know. So I'm a drinker, so I like it. I don't mind it either. You know?
Yeah, and you think that the effect is pretty similar to eating gummies, huh?
Oh, it's pretty much, it's the same, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I love my tinctures.
No,
Oh, fantastic.
I was, yeah, a lot of people like the tinctures. I honestly have never experienced any kind of a buzz from them at all. So I don't know what it is that I did experience from them.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, stop. Stop. You're too good. Well, you're a butter guy.
I'm a butter guy.
You're a butter guy. That's your thing. That's fine.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying I've had tinctures from lots of different people, and I never felt like I got anything out of it. It's weird. And these are people swear by it. So it's not you. It's me.
I'll send you some tinctures that'll blow your fucking nutsack off, dog.
I like having my
So good.
nutsack blown off.
It's soluble in ethanol, dog. You get some grain alcohol, get some, activates in cannabis, and just mix it. Just mix it. Let it mix for a long time. I have a little infuser where, it actually heats up the alcohol and the cannabis to like 160.
Nice.
It infuses it at that temperature for like 4 hours.
That's awesome.
Woo! Bro, it's fire. It's good.
Yeah. That's awesome. When I asked you what kind of gummies you were making, what I was thinking was, you said you were making little pigs before. Didn't you say that?
The pigs are my specialty, dude.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you were making pigs or camels or.
Well, no. If I do make gummies, I don't make the pigs because it's too much to I gotta fill it into the squeeze bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Squeeze bottle, fill
Extra
it into
work.
the molds. I lose too much in between.
Oh, yeah.
And it's too concentrated.
Yeah.
Literally, the edible. If I'm gonna make gummies, it's like a stick of butter. Right? I'll have like a stick of butter. It's like a slice of Jello, like strawberry Jello, and I'll slice off like a tablespoon, and that'll be like a dose. And it tastes like shit, but it fucking gets me ripped.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's what it's about.
It's pretty fire, dog.
Sounds like it.
I don't know. Maybe I gotta do the brownies. I feel like it would taste better with some chocolate and some sugar.
I love sugar. I think that.
I mean, gummies are sugar too, but I don't know. Cannabis is more of a. It goes really good with chocolate.
It goes good with a lot of things. I know that it goes really good with coffee. Cannabis goes really good with coffee. You should see if you can find some way to infuse coffee with cannabis.
Yeah, some coffee liqueur, perhaps.
I don't know. I like sweetened coffee. I drink 1 cup of coffee a day because it's very addictive for me. So, and my UPS driver, he had his mom send me some coffee from Ethiopia, and it's fucking amazing. So, but I have to limit myself to 1 cup. But I find the cannabis, you can sit there and just smoke a big fat joint with a cup of coffee, and it just is it's a little bit of heaven.
Fuck yeah, dude. There is nothing better than cannabis and coffee. On that note, I'm gonna take a nice fat rip. This one's for you, buddy. And you know what? Shout out Manny. Shout out Killer Mike. Shout out fucking who's the other dude? Oh, fucking Brown Star Bread.
Yeah.
Our boy, our homie. This one's for you guys. Shout out the G's, the OGs. This one's for you, right to my lungs.
And I shout out to all of you too. I'm really glad that you called.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, like I always say, everything boils down to centralization of power. That's at the core of all our problems. Even Manny was talking about it when he called in earlier. He was saying that there was one guy in Mexico that owned fucking 75% of all the phone lines or some shit. You know what I mean? Like this is how fucking like corruption. That's why Mexico is such a shit country. Is because it's just corrupt and there's like a handful of people running everything. Like it's fucking bullshit, and it's bad in America, and it's getting even worse and worse. And it's like centralization of power is the fucking problem, and we all need to fight as hard as we can.
Fight the man.
To prevent that from happening.
Fight the man.
Break it up, states. I think we should break the United States up, Civil War style back into fucking like little states. I really do. I think we should take like Maine and New Hampshire, Vermont, Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and just make it into New England, right? And then we should take like I have my own little stupid ideas of like how we should divide the country up, but it would be better because it'd be localized and we'd all have more say in our governments. It'd be better.
Cascadia, baby. Telling you. Fucking California, Oregon, Washington, fucking British Columbia, just all secede into one country. You fuckers would be our bitches. We own the whole West Coast, and all of you would fucking kneel before us. We'd have all the power.
That's right.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We'd all have our own little economies, and guess what? All this dumb little inflation bullshit we're living would not exist, because we'd all have our own little currencies, and there'd be competition between the states, and that would lead to stability within the economies. It would be a great thing, I'm telling you. It would lead to prosperity. There wouldn't be this one big centralized government fucking running everything, just telling us all what we need to do. I'm telling you, I'm on to something here. I think I am.
It's a really good idea.
We all need to secede.
Fuck yeah, Cascadia now, Cascadia always.
Fuck yeah, shout out Cascadia.
Fuck
Hashtag it. Make it a movement.
Fucking it is a movement, dude. Cascadia, look it up. It's a movement, and I would love to see it get a whole lot big of it. Fuck yeah. Washington, Oregon, California, and British Columbia. Own the West Coast, motherfuckers. Everything you need comes through us.
We should do it in the U.S. We should break the whole fucking U.S. up.
I don't care about the rest of the U.S. I just want the West Coast. You can have whatever you want of the rest of it. It's a good idea, though, Pete. I like the whole idea of the inflation balancing and all that. It makes a lot of sense, dude.
Hey, man, I just want decentralization of power. That's what I want. I want us all to break away from the federales.
That's a very good idea.
They don't fucking control us. Break up into little states. That's how we're meant to be. Local governance.
Yeah, obviously the government is way too powerful and way out of control. So I think it's a very good idea.
Right on, dog. All right, Michael, I'm gonna get going.
Hey, you have an excellent time, okay, at the Busch Gardens.
I gotta get ready for my vacation. I gotta pack my fucking swim shorts.
You don't got to get ready for your vacation. You're already on your vacation, so just relax, man.
Right on. Well, I gotta get fucking talc from my fucking ball sack. It's gonna be fucking hot down there. I'm gonna have fucking swamp ass. I gotta be ready, dude.
Talcum is not a good. Talcum powder is not a good thing, man. Don't put your talcum powder on your balls.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to get fucking taint cancer if I put that.
Don't do that shit.
Shit, that's right. Fucking Johnson & Johnson.
Motherfuckers.
God damn it, Johnson & Johnson. You can't just make a reliable product without getting fucking sued and giving babies fucking vaginal cancer.
How can you have a product? How can you have a company named Johnson & Johnson? Like they're just rubbing their dicks in people's faces. Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, I love it. Cornstarch. That'll solve the problem, right?
There we go.
I don't know.
Suck up all that moisture.
I think that there's probably on something on Amazon that will work very well, but I don't know what it might be.
Corn starch. Hey, thickens your gravy, right?
Gravy?
Why not? Never made a gravy in your life, have you, Michael?
Gravy?
Little chicken stock.
Oh, I never
fucking
never did that. No.
No. What's your like go-to, like you're gonna like, you know, cook something, cook a nice meal. What's your go-to? What's your big go-to?
You mean like for me or to impress somebody?
But for yourself, and also, what would you impress somebody with?
Well, I make like this flank steak that I really like, and I get a lot of compliments on my lasagna. But the flank steak, you take and you get a nice large flank steak, and then you take shiitake mushrooms, and you toss the shiitake mushrooms with some balsamic, and then you wrap the shiitake mushrooms with the flank steak, and then you put toothpicks through it so it all stays together, and you can mix a couple other things in there, like a little bit of spinach or some garlic or something, and then you cook it in the broiler for, I don't know, 20 minutes or something, and then you slice it, and then it's like this beautiful little round thing. Damn it, now my mouth is watering, fucker. For me, I just fucking I just throw, you know, whatever on the barbecue, you know, and eat it.
Mushrooms and steak.
Inside, yeah, you wrap the steak around the mushrooms. It's fucking delicious, man.
Yeah. And then you said lasagna.
Yeah.
Which yeah. You say no more. Yeah. I mean, I got my mother's lasagna recipe. She handed down from generation from my mother. I gotta go. It's fucking so good. My mother's lasagna.
Yeah, I wish I had my mom's recipe for fucking chili. My mom made the best chili, but
fuck yeah.
Yeah, but
you know someone that can make a good chili that's really good. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. I've made some chilies, but not like some people that I know.
Yeah, I've made chili. I've made chili a bunch of times, but it's just not like, you know, if you really know what you're doing making chili. I can't get that.
Right. It's easy to make and it's good.
Yeah.
It's healthy, right? But it's people that know how to make it. They get like, if you know someone that really knows how to make good chili, like they get all of these weird ingredients like that you would never find. You got to go to all these weird places. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, no, but I mean, my mom didn't go to weird places to find ingredients for food. But I know that there was a number of ingredients in there. I think it's a matter of the way you put each of the ingredients in and all that stuff at each time it goes in. You know, for me, just throw everything in the crock pot or whatever. it doesn't work.
It's all about having the right ingredients, Michael.
Yeah. One of these days.
Yeah, you know. I'm all about keeping it easy. I'm all about keeping it simple.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes some of these chili recipes they get a little complicated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all about keeping it simple. So, you know, I'm all about like ground beef, some beans.
There you go.
Fucking, you know, let's keep it simple here.
Yeah, ground beef and beans.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right. Well, Pete, I'm glad that you're chilling on your. You get a couple days to chill. That's really cool, man. And that you have some plans for excitement during those days. That's awesome, dude.
Right on, dude. If you don't hear from me, I died on a roller coaster.
What a way to go.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
All right, you too. Stay cool, man.
Go DeSantis.
Not Pence, DeSantis?
I like him.
Well, he's running. Don't you worry. The two that I know are running for sure is DeSantis and Pence. Other than that, I'm not sure who else is running. Pete? I'm going to hang up now. Yeah, people keep saying that Donald Trump is going to run. I keep telling you Donald Trump is not going to run. Donald Trump is not going to run. Mike Pence is going to run because you keep seeing Mike Pence news in the name in the news, which means, you know, he's trying to stay relevant, which means he's running for president. And DeSantis is going to be the person that the kingmaker, Donald Trump, is going to get behind and push into the White House. I'm pretty sure. And I'm not quite sure who else is running. I mean, Ted Cruz runs every fucking time there's a presidential election. Ted Cruz, who was born in Canada and actually not qualified. He's not. He doesn't. If you're not born in the United States, you're not allowed to run for president. So, and every 4 years he's allowed to run for president, which is not legal or, you know, constitutional or whatever. So Ted Cruz will be running just to make a complete mockery out of our presidential elections. And probably Marco Rubio will be running because he wants to keep putting his name out there as if he is somehow presidential quality, you know, so that in the future one day he might be able to become president. These are guesses. Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, probably. I don't think Rand Paul is going to run. It's possible, but I don't think he is. Who else? See, I'm not sure who else is going to run. Like I said, DeSantis and Pence are running. I'm no doubt in my mind, 99% clear, sure. So other than that, you know, it's kind of a guess. Okay, so thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. It's always better when you're here. And to the moderators, thank you very much for all your help. And we do this every Monday. And the phone callers, you really, to the phone callers, you are the part of the show that I enjoy the most by far. So to the phone callers, thank you very much for calling and adding your spirit to our broadcast. Now, we do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which means we'll be back tomorrow. Same Mox time, same Mox channel. And until then, go roller coaster!
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want. all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am? You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. moxnews.com.
I mean, this coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. I wish the coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of